1850. I don't know, like dates are a little like
Nepali date or
1850 AD, right? Jang Bahadur Rana goes to Britain. He says, "Oh, we need schools.
Okay.
At least one school to teach his children, I guess, but school nonetheless, right?"
Yeah.
So he brings in British like teachers from India, because India was a colony at that time, and Nepal has a modern school, right? The first school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Japan gets its first modern school in that sense, almost like 10, 15 years later.
Yeah.
It's not like they did not have the vision. He knew that, oh, we need education, right?
Yeah.
But who should we give the education to? Oh, my children.
Exactly.
Is thinking that the schools that have been brought in by the Ranas
Okay.
were meant for general public, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
So all our agitation, you can look up agitations during 2007 when we, this is in Bikram Sambat, right? Don't quote me on the ED thing, where Congress and other parties were agitating against the Rana rule.
Mm-hmm.
It is called the dark period of Nepali history, and for very good reasons, right? When they were agitating, it was almost like in the back of the mind, they're like, oh, they're teaching their kids, but they're not letting us study, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was a segregation, right?
Yeah.
And which was true.
Mm.
But the problem with that thing was that education meant for a general application?
Oh, yeah. For widespread.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a general application to the populace,
Yeah.
it was not.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because the
That-
curriculum.
that's where we erred. I mean, you can say we erred when Jang Bahadur Rana imported a British colonial education system to teach his or her kids, in the Rana family. But they had a very specific purpose in mind. Jang Bahadur Rana lays it out in his records. He says, I'm bringing these teachers here so that my kids will learn English, so that they can, later on, they will get power, right? And they can negotiate with the British well. They can do good at diplomacy, and we can get favorable terms with the British.
Yeah.
That was it.
Which makes sense for a ruling family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You
will
need to
be-
learn some
You will
aspects.
be good at
yeah.
French, you will be good at English, you will go out there, you will negotiate better treaties, you will get more money for your family, and then you will get like better arms, better weapons, everything, right?
They just need skills and education in some areas that would
Yes.
benefit them.
That would benefit them, and
Yeah.
it's mainly focused on getting English education. We, as a country, Nepal, right? We are the almost like there are only like 5 or 10 countries that are actually in this century grown our forest cover.
Yeah.
Rather than destroying our forests, we have grown our forest cover. We have made sure that we preserve our endangered species, and all of our endangered species, like the numbers, are up.
Mm.
They're up by very good margins. It's not like 2 or like in hundreds, right?
Yeah.
So we are doing our part, and we are being hit by global warming the most, even though we never, did carbon emissions and everything,
Yeah.
because our glaciers are melting.
Yeah.
And none of the countries will come in and help us pay for it. But then if we try to build a highway, right now they're trying to expand the highway.
Yeah.
And what they're saying is, the European Union and stuff, they're saying, oh, don't quote me on this. It might be a different organization, but what they're saying is, oh, you cannot expand because this is forest land or like national parks, right?
Oh.
Like, how can you expect a developing country to not even have like a 6-lane, like a normal 6-lane highway, just because you guys over there
Did everything
like
you did.
rampaged your forest? And now we ended up like growing the forest, and now you're blaming us for it.
Yeah.
Just the double standards of it.
And that's what.
News, nonsense, and more.
Welcome to another episode of News, Nonsense, and More, where we interview everyday people. We hear their stories, their journey, their passion, the message they have to the world. As you know, we always connect with everyday people because it's more relatable, and everybody always has a story, right? With that being said, our next guest today over here, we connected through what was happening in Nepal back in September 8th. I know we had done a bunch of like meetings and so, and then from there it kind of evolved to NYP taking the charge on that aspect of it, because I think more than us, I think they're more well equipped to like do the the nonprofit stuff from at least from Nepal, and they have the resources as well, right? I think, but it was good to like connect to a lot of people, guide them where they need to go. I think we shared a lot of like stuff, and we really hope like that in itself is actually getting better, right?
Yeah.
Overall, but with anything, with whatever like we want to talk about today, we still kind of have people coming to our show and talking about their nonprofits and what they kind of want to achieve in their long run and goals in life. And I feel like that is something that no matter how small the organization, we need to give a little bit of light to it. I know like the introduction is kind of like off the top of my head, but I felt like that is putting a little bit of emotion behind it, I guess, because nothing is too small to be impactful. It doesn't have to be big, because a lot of times you always think about the bigger organizations, but sometimes you also have to think about the idea and about this, the smaller organizations, because it probably does touch a deeper message overall, right? So with that being said, I want you to do Ashutosh. Is that how you say your name?
Yeah.
Pronounce your name, right? Ashutosh, welcome to this episode. I know you reached out to me. You had a lot of things to talk about. I also went, to your organization and what you're doing, and it was very intriguing. I feel like it just started, right? So I want to give you the opportunity to kind of introduce yourself to our audience, and tell them, your journey first, and what kind of inspired you to start this organization, and in the long run, where do you see yourself taking this? Okay. But first, let the audience know who Ashutosh is.
Okay, so this is me, Ashutosh. By profession, I'm a civil engineer. So I've been working in a civil engineering firm for 2 years now. So we started Trinket for Education, which is the name of our nonprofit, back in 2021. So it's been 4 years that we've been active. We started this with, basically it was something we did as friends. So all my co-founders are my friends. And the thing was, in all of our conversations, this we've seen, we always talk about doing something. Okay, हामीले के गर्नुपर्छ हैन, like नेपालको लागि के गर्नुपर्छ, या देशको लागि के गर्नुपर्छ, or just doing good for the people. And we used to always talk about it. So at that time we were second year of college or something, right? And what we decided was, okay, we are no longer going to just talk about it, or like चिया गफको लागि या त रक्सी खाएको बेला हुन्छ नि, just talk about it. We are going to actually try and do something about it.
Implement it.
Implement it. Okay, so biggest problem for me personally was the way we were taught in schools.
Okay.
I really struggled in school. Not because
Here or in Nepal?
Nepal.
In Nepal, okay.
Right. I struggled in school not because I could not get good grades. It was because I could see that they were actively suppressing our creativity and trying to make us conform to whatever their vision of like a good student is, or the thing is. And we had similar stories, right? Similar stories of having to struggle with teachers, having to, and somewhere we know, Nepalma jati ni, if you have gone to school there, college there, we know that something is not right.
Okay.
So
So even you had that feeling even as like a young student?
Yeah, as a kid.
As a kid.
Do
you feel like that was like resonating with a lot of your classmates as well?
Yes,
okay.
It does. Mero generation go, my generation, if I talk to them, there's always this, unless you were the top of the class, right? You were those chosen 5 people.
The chosen one.
And every teacher would come in. They would talk to you very nicely. They would be like, "Oh, babu, timi to ekdamai ramro hunne." So, and there was a segregation in the class where if you did not score well,
okay,
you were not a good student, they would segregate you on the basis of sections and then on the basis of like inside the class, right?
Okay.
And the amount of attention you will get is proportional to how well you are doing in academics. And every, for like a month in a year when sports week used to happen, or like they need those people to go out for competitions, then the people who are good at athletics would be the stars for that period. And then if they don't do well in exams, they're gone, right? But if you're not athletically gifted or academically gifted, you're nobody.
You're
right?
a black sheep.
You are just there. You are just
You're
existing.
just a number.
And the hit on self-confidence that happens growing up, that you feel worthless. You are like, even I used to have this conversation, right? My मेरो साथीहरू who were not doing well academics, they would be like, "तो गरिहाल्छस् नि, हामीले चाहिँ के गर्नु?" Like they had put themselves down automatically. They had like, "हामी त के गर्नै सक्दैनौँ," because that was the language they used. The teachers, तैँले के गरी खाँदैनस् हुन्छ नि, तैँले के गर्न सक्दैनस्.
Okay.
And even at that time, I had a major problem with this attitude, right? Yeah. Why is my friend? Just because, okay, I had nothing going on for me. It was just, I could remember things well, right?
Okay.
When the teacher would come in, whatever he said, I could remember and I could write it down, right? Just because I could do that, you would give me better, like, preference. I would get, like, good scores. And my friend, like, who is not doing well, you would be like, oh, त्योसँग नहिँड, त्यो राम्रो मान्छे छैन टाइपको. And that did not sit well. That was the origin of it. And me and my co-founder, he's in Florida right now.
Okay.
His name is Navin. Shout out. So what happened was he had come to visit Texas. I had not known. He was a friend of a friend, right?
Okay.
He had come to visit Texas, and the first evening we met, where it was like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. We started talking about this. There might be alcohol involved.
That's when the best ideas come.
Might be. I'm not.
That's when the best ideas come, and you're like,
Okay. Yeah. We ended up talking the whole night into the morning, right?
Oh, wow,
sharing
personal
things.
Experiences.
And the thing was, I was also looking at what can we do at that point. And he was also motivated, like, okay, we know the problem. What's the solution?
Yeah.
And TFE is the direct consequence of those discourses I had with friends. And like all of our like co-founders, everyone is, okay, let's come together. Let's start. And as you mentioned, it's a small initiative in the sense we only work with, I think, like 5 schools throughout geography of Nepal.
Okay.
And we have almost like 15 students right now.
5 schools is still not bad.
So our vision is to have a school in every province so that we have the geographical spread.
Okay.
Or one representative school which is like in the median range of income, where like people are not very poor, not very rich.
Middle class.
Middle class people. So that the reason is, Trinket for education, and this is very important, it is not an organization that is for, we have organizations that are like, okay, we give scholarships to students, right?
Yeah.
We're helping students in a way, like they will distribute books, things. We figured out very early, there's enough of them. There's enough of those organizations, and they're doing well. I'm not trying to put them down.
Yeah.
The thing was, Trinket for Education is for gathering data, research into the nature of education currently in Nepal.
Okay.
Right. We have our ideas.
Okay.
Just I said, right? I struggle with this, I struggle with that, but that is an anecdote.
Yeah.
Might not be true for
anybody else.
Yes. It might be like, maybe it was true for my friend or like a friend group, but maybe we come from the same socioeconomic group.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So how do we establish what's going on in the system? Because we passed out like 10 something years ago, like school at least.
Yeah.
So what's going on right now? How do we do that?
Okay.
So what we will need schools from throughout the geography of Nepal, one at least for like one province. And we will need a sample of students that we will work with. So this is very important. The students we pick is we start 6th grade or 7th grade.
Okay.
We select them and we continue with them for the next schooling years, like all of their school lives, so that we are seeing them grow and what are they facing, right? We do that for enough number of years, for enough number of people. We are having a collection of data that coupled with, so we can go into detail later on, but that coupled with research that goes on in universities in Nepal, have researchers on board, and they go in with their particular research. with those schools that we have built trust with
Mm-hmm.
over the years, and they perform research which is of international quality, which can be we can publish in journals,
Mm-hmm.
so that eventually we can identify what the problems are,
Mm-hmm.
and we can present a solution to the powers that be,
Mm-hmm.
whoever.
So
Okay.
basically, it seems like you guys are trying to do a case study on a lot of like these different schools and the way how students think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
So that means you're trying to see what is the major issues of each student who are growing up in Nepal in different provinces are going through.
Yes.
So you're trying to find like every province might have a different issue, right? So
Yes.
that's why you're breaking it down to a certain social class, right?
Yes.
Which gives you like the best possible like understanding of what these students are going through.
Yes.
Because when you're in that, it's kind of like everybody's in the same playing field, because just because you're filthy rich doesn't mean you're going to be super smart, right?
No,
Or you
no.
might not face the same struggles, right?
You might have met some.
You might, yeah, exactly, right. But or if you're somewhere lower middle class, they have so many other things to worry about. So education might not be their number one priority. So their headspace might not be in the same place.
Yes.
So they may not think about that particular like challenge per se.
Yes.
But when you pick like I guess the middle class, it's kind of like, okay, those are the ones who are making the educational sacrifices or staying in Nepal to do something or not have the opportunity, and what are the challenges they're facing. So that way, it seems that's what I'm getting from it. That you're trying to better the system. It kind of reminds me of like Scandinavian countries.
Oh yes.
So that's what it reminds me of, because Scandinavian countries, I know like kids over there not even given homework. They're not even They're not forced to like study.
Yes.
They're forced to be free thinkers, right?
Yes.
Because their entire education system is about like the more creativity, the more you let the child be curious or focus on the creativity aspect of it.
Yes.
It gets them to really follow a passion and be so passionate about whatever they want to do, to the point that they do really well.
All right.
Right. But then again, it is a Scandinavian country. They have a totally different like government system
Yes.
that kind of like helps promote that, right? But
Alright.
I feel like maybe like it seems to me
Yes.
that you guys are trying to kind of like gather that information to kind of help in the long run. This is not like a short term thing.
No. This is not short term. And what I would like to do, which will help in the conversation, is divide our conversation into different projects we have,
Mm-hmm.
so that what we do in those projects is a accumulative thing that
That helps. in
that
the
gives the
future.
larger vision of the thing that we're attempting to do.
Okay.
So if it's all right with you, I'll start with project students.
Yeah,
right?
good.
Okay, so the project students is we have picked that number, class 6 to class 7, that we where we pick students
Mhm.
very strategically, because that is where, like, I come from far western region of Nepal.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not familiar
Yeah,
with,
I'm
Google
definitely-
it.
I'm
Google it.
not really that familiar. Maybe Mike
Okay.
might be familiar.
Yeah.
Okay, Google it. I come from Kanchanpur.
Okay.
Name of the city is Mahindanagar.
Mine
I've
don't
never
know.
heard of that.
Oh, he has apparently.
You heard of it?
Yeah.
Been there?
Everyone in Nepal knows that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Far west.
Kanchanpur? I've
west
never heard
side.
of Kanchanpur, bro. That's the first time I hear about there's a Kanchanpur in Nepal. But
Yes,
go ahead.
Kanchanpur. Mahindanagar is named after the king.
Okay,
Yes,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
He used to come there to hunt
Okay. All right, cool. Hunt what though?
deers.
Okay.
So we have this 12-horned deer. It's called Barasinghe. And
Oh,
there's
they're like
also
the beer.
beer.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's endangered. Though.
Okay, actually, they have done really well in
Yeah.
saving it. So the numbers are like
Growing
very
well.
nice. Okay, one thing we don't give credit to, I'm sidestepping. Nepal has done really well in forest cover, in preserving endangered species.
Mm.
And Nepal actually has like, we actually are a net beneficiary of oxygen levels in the world, right?
Yeah.
Because of the amount of forest cover we have,
Mhm.
almost half of our country is forest.
Yeah.
And we have reversed the deforestation that happened like 20 years ago.
Mhm.
So now we have, I think, recovered 10, like all of it
Yeah.
that had been deforested, and like we have gathered.
We're doing our part for like global warming. to
Oh yeah,
reverse global
and we
warming.
don't get credit for it.
Yeah.
And I want to say this. This can be a segment,
Yeah, no,
Okay.
listen.
So we as a country, Nepal, right? We are almost like there are only like 5 or 10 countries that are actually in this century grown our forest cover.
Yeah.
Rather than destroying our forests, we have grown our forest cover. We have made sure that we preserve our endangered species, and all of our endangered species, like the numbers, are up. They're up by very good margins. It's not like 2 or like in hundreds, right?
Yeah.
So we are doing our part, and we are being hit by global warming the most, even though we never, did carbon emissions and everything,
Yeah.
because our glaciers are melting.
Yeah.
And none of the countries will come in and help us pay for it. But then if we try to build a highway, right now they're trying to expand the highway.
Yeah.
And what they're saying is, the European Union and stuff, they're saying, don't quote me on this. It might be a different organization, but what they're saying is, you cannot expand because this is forest land or like national parks, right?
Oh.
Like, how can you expect a developing country to not even have like a 6-lane, like a normal 6-lane highway, just because you guys over there
Did everything
like rampaged your forest? And now we ended up like growing the forest, and now you're blaming us for it.
Yeah.
Just the double standards of it.
And that's world politics, though. World politics kind of like, it's like that. This is my thing. This is my analogy in that one. Before we get back into your organization, for me, I feel like in order to be able to do what you want, I blame previous leadership for not developing the country quicker. You know what I mean? Because if, let's say, Nepal had good leaders, people that are actually social workers, right? Social workers who wanted the population to be good,
Okay.
to have a better infrastructure, to have better education, all those things, right? And implement a proper, etiquette in society. Like, hey, listen, we need to be known for this, right? Like, for example, when you go for Japan, right?
All right.
The best example I give is like in Japan, a lot of the adults don't even cross the road when there's no cars coming,
All right.
when the light is red. They will not do that. You know why? Because they feel like, hey, if we break the law and a younger kid looks at us doing that,
Yes.
then they will do the same thing. So they have that like level of passion. Or even cleaning. They make all the kids clean the school.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're really rich, really poor, whatever it is. All the kids are involved in that. And you can see that seep through. I don't know if you've watched football, right? In the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
They always say
they're cleaning.
they clean Japan, like fans stay back. They clean,
they clean
whatever
everything,
they do and they go,
Yeah.
right? Even the players. The
Yes.
players, they like clean the locker room. They put everything together before they leave.
Yeah.
Because that's part of their culture. That's part of their society, right?
Yes.
And that can only be done if leadership like has that initiative, And it's not something you can tell someone and changes like overnight.
Oh no.
This is something that has to happen generation after
Yes.
generation after generation until
Yeah.
it becomes like, this is who we are. Like, we are proud of this,
Yes.
And I feel like Nepal's leadership like that, there was nobody like that. It was always like, I don't know, like kutatane, like I'm better than you. It's this competition, this egoistic battle.
Alright.
If the more I've gotten older, that's all I think about is like, it's just egoistic battles of like two different groups of people. They're just like saying whatever, now I'm in power, now I'm in power. And then towards the end of it, it seemed like everybody's kind of like got together on the same page and just like, okay, it's your turn now it's my turn. It's like,
Yeah, that makes
and then at the end of the day, the people suffered.
Yeah, of course.
And then even the lower levels, those people are also still suffering because it's suffering in a sense of that when they leave Nepal and go somewhere else,
Yes.
they don't have the same etiquette. They're not aware of like, hey, I shouldn't be like this.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just my take on it. I feel like I'm going on a tandem, but
All right. Yeah. I'll just caveat what he said. It's a tricky thing, right? We do blame our leaders for it, but leaders at the end of the day are product of society, right?
yeah, absolutely.
It's a circle.
Yeah.
If you don't have a better society,
Yeah.
how would you get?
It's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yes.
That's a conundrum, right?
yeah.
It's a conundrum in
Yeah.
that.
So I rarely criticize leaders in that sense, or like individuals
Mhm.
and politics and stuff like that.
But don't. Okay, let me throw a wrench in your thought process.
Yes.
What if you have someone, a leader, who is very, very good at talking and who's good at like spreading a type of message or ideology or propaganda that is so, and he's just a good talker,
Yes. I
Right,
mean, we
and
have bunch.
right? And yeah, exactly, right?
We have
And you
bunch.
captivate a group of people,
Yes.
and you make people believe that,
Oh, yes.
right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like they're not irresponsible to kind of spread that, like by lying or?
The thing is, they are responsible. I'm not saying leaders are not responsible for what they do.
Mhm.
I'm saying what kind of society, like at the end of the day, the society ends up producing individuals, right?
Yeah.
So the quality, like the overall quality of leadership, the 600 people that we elect in parliament or
Mhm.
whatever crazy number we have,
Yeah.
is a reflection of what we have in society.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and but that also goes back to what we have right now
Yes.
is because of the bad decisions that leadership in the past, let's say
Past
50,
made.
60 years.
Oh yeah, made, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And it will, we can segue very like smoothly to what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
This thing that we're attempting,
Yeah.
should have been done 60 years ago, 70 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's not that people did not know that we have to do this. It's just that it was more convenient to,
Not do it.
yeah.
Of course.
And we'll go into it,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
history of it and everything. Japan is a very big, like parallel I want to draw.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I'll 1850. I don't know, like dates are a little like flimsy.
Nepali did or English?
1850 AD, right?
Uh-huh.
Jang Bahadur Rana goes to Britain. He says, "Oh, we need schools.
Okay.
At least one school to teach his children, I guess, but school nonetheless, right?"
Yeah.
So he brings in British like teachers from India, because India was a colony at that time, and Nepal has a modern school, right? The first school, right?
Mhm.
Japan gets its first modern school in that sense, almost like 10, 15 years later.
Yeah.
We had a head start.
Head start. Yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, we can expand into it later on. I don't want to, because
No, but you're pointing out a really big
because
thing.
The thing you said, right? Leaders, it's not like they did not have the vision. He knew that, oh, we need education, right?
Yeah.
But who should we give the education to? Oh, my children.
Exactly. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah. So yeah, I do agree that they are the individuals. Like if you are a politician who influenced people and made them do certain things, you are responsible for that.
Mhm.
But what does it say about a society where the individual gets so many followers to do what he wants to do, right?
Yeah.
Or
I
he or
guess.
she.
I guess so. I mean, because I guess for now, I feel like the past has a lot of influence, culturally, right? From a caste system, like it still exists in certain parts of Nepal, right? In 2025,
and
it's like crazy.
here's an interesting parallel, right? I don't know if you guys know this. Japan, still kind of, but like 100, 200 years ago, Japan had a caste system.
Really?
Yes.
The caste system is not unique. We think of caste system as a unique thing. It's not a unique thing in that sense.
Hmm.
The word caste is a Portuguese word, right? It's from casta.
Yeah.
Because the Portuguese, they were trying to retrofit what they saw in India, because they had a colony in India, Goa. Retrofit what they saw to the society that they have.
Mm.
So that will tell you that, oh, they had a hierarchy of sorts in the Portuguese society or the contemporary European society.
Mm.
That's why they could come up with a word, to parallel this.
Mm.
And let's not go into it. I'm not trying to
No, but this is
go there, right? But
good
it
though.
is not the case that we have a unique, social setup that has never existed in the world or does not exist in the world.
Okay.
It's just that it's easier for people to blame
Other people.
blame the system, I guess.
Yeah.
Then come up with very nuanced, because nuance takes a lot of the research,
Yeah.
research, academics going and trying to understand things.
Or even like self accountability, like a lot of people don't do that at all. Like,
Of course.
even the simplest things. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So okay, let me go back to what I was talking about. Right.
Yeah.
Project students.
Yeah.
So that is the first project we started. we pick students or when they are in the 6th grade or the 7th grade. That's very intentionally done because from where I'm from Sudur Pasim, right? Those who know. What happens is that is the age, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. If you're not doing well in school, you will be sent to India.
By the parents?
By the parents, or you will want to go because your brother is there. You know, he's making money and you are here, like you're not doing well in school. Like, what do you do, right?
Okay.
You're from a poor background
Okay.
and you want to support your family. You want a little bit of freedom yourself, I guess.
Okay.
It's a push and pull thing.
Okay.
So you will, most of our like border regions, it happens in Eastern India as well. Eastern Nepal, which connects to Eastern India, and West, far West, and Western Nepal. They will end up migrating to India.
Okay.
Right? And the migrations that you see towards Dubai or Malaysia, that will happen if you did well enough to get through school, maybe the high school, and then you are like, okay, maybe I couldn't do much, or like I did not find opportunities, or like pursue undergrad. So that there is a hierarchy of migration as well.
Okay.
So Nepal is built off migration, guys.
Okay.
It's just
interesting. It's a different level of migration that normally people don't talk about.
Yes. So currently, don't quote me on the numbers, but it's almost like 40 lakh Nepali live in India, live and work there. It's not like they have shifted. They just work there. They come back. They work.
Okay.
Certain time. 40 lakh. So our population is 3 crores.
Yeah.
It's almost like 10-20% of our population.
That's
Something crazy, right?
Did you know this?
Yeah. That's just a simple
Yeah,
fact. Lots of people work outside Nepal, including the Middle East, Malaysia, Thailand, and Japan, and India too.
That's
India is the highest.
Our highest migration is to India, right?
India.
Yeah, because it's close by.
Because it's open border. You can always go there.
Yeah.
So we wanted to pick a age range where we want, like, if we can even stop like a group of students to not, okay, we can convince their parents. They're like, okay, don't send him or her there. They have a nascent talent that we can build up in like these 4 years or 5 years they have with us, so that you can see that, oh, if you had sent them there, you would have ruined that person's career, right? Potential
or creativity
of
or
creativity and
yeah.
stuff like that. And we can go into like specific cases later on.
Well, no, I mean, why don't you go and dig it into right now? So what?
Yeah, you're talking about project students, right?
Yeah. So
Yes.
what specific
So,
things have you
yeah.
noticed? Like, okay, so I want to. I'm really intrigued, by the way, right?
Yeah.
So you're trying to like talk about, you're trying to change a cultural aspect of what's going on in that area, right? So what are the things that you discovered? And you know, sometimes you feel like, oh, this could be an ongoing issue, but then you discover a totally different issue. Has that happened, like, to you guys, or are you guys, or is it more like, okay, this is an issue, and we did a case study, and it is this issue? Like, you know, a lot of things like that happen, right? So
the thing is, we are not issue based in that sense. We are not trying to fix a issue.
you're in a discovery phase.
Yes,
Okay,
maybe.
Okay.
That can be a better thing.
Okay.
So the thing is, a person will have multiple influences in their lives, right? I think a better thing would be, I would give you an anecdote of a student we have.
Okay.
Okay, this student, he is in grade 8. So he's in 7, 8. We started working with him 2 years ago. He was in 6th grade. He comes from a very poor background, right? So he doesn't even live with his parents. He lives in his uncle, like maternal uncle's house, like mama ko ghar hai. Because his dad died. His mother is like single mother. So she was like, okay, they will take care of you better, I guess, right? And he is not doing well in school.
Okay.
And when I say not doing well, he fails almost every subject, and not even by like smaller margin. If you look at his report card, it will be 10 out of 100, 20 out of 100. And okay, it's not the American 10.
Yeah.
So getting 10 means a different thing back home, but it's a very low score, right?
Yeah.
30 is the pass mark, like 30, 35.
Okay.
It's like, okay, you have passed the class.
Yeah, past 30, 30.
Yeah.
That reminds me of my Nepali class. Like 32 or 33 is what you needed.
Oh, yeah. 40 maybe, right?
Yeah.
So if you just look at the person based on the report card that I was talking about, right? There's a hierarchy of
Yeah.
students. And if a teacher is like, okay, isko to 20 number matra aayega, so and he's failing every single subject, yeah, which is astonishing.
Yeah,
We're like,
it's crazy.
I was like, how can you fail every single thing, bro? Just pass something, right?
It's like, I'm trying to catch you in this program.
Oh, no. Okay. I'll tell you what he does, right? He is in 6th grade.
Uh-huh.
On his own volition,
Uh-huh.
he had made a hydraulic crane for his science fair, which works like
Yeah.
with hydraulics, with water, everything. And he had used equipments around his house. Boom.
So
So this
he
kid-
learns differently,
So this kid, you're trying to say,
more practically.
is failing every class,
Yes.
but somehow builds this hydraulic crane with
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
around the house.
And not even just hydraulic crane, right? He will currently, right now, and if you guys, like anyone is interested in robotics and stuff like that, he is building a robot, like, a very basic robot
Mhm.
where he can operate it like arms and stuff. And he had just sent me like a couple months ago, because when I was in Nepal like 2 months ago, he had a list of things
Mhm.
that he wanted to get so that he can build it.
Mhm.
So I was in Kathmandu and I bought everything.
Mhm.
And the thing, guys, is his spelling of every single thing was wrong. If you look at that spelling, you are like, oh my God, this kid is illiterate, right? It's like he's not going to do anything, right? I bring everything.
He
He's
builds
like,
it.
and when you speak to him about this, he is just passionate. He'll be like, oh, this kind of a motor, this kind of a thing, this kind of batteries, right?
Uh-huh.
Everything. And if you talk about anything else, he's just silent. He's like, Babu, kina marks aena? Kun motor lagcha? Okay, this motor, this, I need this remote, everything. He's just like that, right?
Okay.
I brought everything, and then he sent me a video of the robot,
Robot,
like,
okay.
going a certain distance. He had just worked on the legs,
Mm.
and he's working on like
The whole
building
body.
the whole body, right? So if you are in robotics, doing something in that area, and if you want to help out a kid back in Nepal, contact me, contact Dai.
Yeah.
It would be such a great thing for that kid to find something, because I have no idea how to get him to pass his classes. I don't know. I've been working for 2 years.
But-
I mean, he's improving. He's
Yeah,
improving, but still.
It seems like he has psychologically a different way of learning. Like he's more of a visual learner,
Mm.
or maybe it's just something he's differently passionate about. Because, I mean, if you ask a kid, like, okay, even me,
Yeah.
I've done my bachelor's. Like even you, like if you ask me to build something, a robot, I'll be like, what? Like how the hell am I going to do that?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. You think Yuvan can build like
Uh,
a robot? No, not right, really, right?
Not right now, but if you teach him that way, people can learn that way, and everybody's brains function differently. As you said, in Nepal, I think the reason why he's failing is more as in just theory. It's just theory, no practical.
Yeah.
No, and you said he's in far western right now.
He's in Mahendra Nagar. Yeah. He's
Mahendra
from
Nagar,
my
right?
hometown.
So over there are no like proper science labs or computer labs or those kind of thing where you can just go and do it practically.
Okay. I'll give the credit where it's due. The science fair he went to was
Yeah.
organized by the school.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's not that there is no.
But there is so little. I can see that.
So the thing is, there's a bias towards the people who can memorize things and write.
Yeah.
The bias that
Yeah.
it's
That's what Nepal is. So
it's
even,
ubiquitous. It is like all pervading. You're like, if you're good at memorizing, if you can talk fast, you're like, oh, definition banda.
You just need to sound smart.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And I will get into this. You have clicked on the right thing. I will get into this later on when I talk about like our overall
It's like
project.
Samrid.
yeah.
I'm joking. I'm joking. My cousin, I'm making fun of him.
Okay, so here you will get the.
I'm kind of interested in the kid though. So he started being a robot, right? But
Yes.
but he's getting better. So how did you guys see that, identify that, and then how are you trying to help? I guess help him.
Okay.
in his journey? I'm just kind of curious because.
All right. So I visited his house. This was in the summer. So all of my summer was going in Nepal, meeting the kids we have, trying to get more schools on board, trying to get the researchers on board at the Kathmandu University and stuff. And I was traveling. This was my excuse to travel all over Nepal, actually.
Yeah, okay.
If you guys can catch that, I wanted to do a Nepal tour, but I was like, how do I justify this? Because I come from a middle class family. We need to justify our expenses.
Oh, absolutely.
You're like, घरमा के भन्ने किन घुमिरहेछ भन्ने?
The Asian way. But
देश सेवाको लागि घुमिरहेछ.
yeah, okay. At least they'll feel proud,
Oh yeah. Okay. So what I did was just किनकि the thing I mentioned, right? कि uncleहरू, दाइहरू, they're working in India.
Yeah.
And he will get pulled into it.
Yeah.
And he like literally उसको मामाहरू नै इन्डियामा हुनुहुन्छ क्या.
Okay.
अनि like they're making decent money. It's not like नेपालमा if you're earning 80,000, 1 lakh a month, around that range, it's a good money, right?
Yeah,
People will be like, त्यति कमाउन सकिन्छ भने जान 4-5 वर्ष काम सिक, कमाउँछस् तैँले नि टाइपको क्या हुन्छ.
Yeah.
Why not? अनि यहाँ त 10 मार्क्स नै आइरहेको छैन क्या. अनि which is logical क्या हुन्छ नि. If you look at it on surface हुन्छ नि, एउटा बच्चा छ, एभ्री सिङ्गल उसमा फेल भइरहेछ होइन. टिचरहरूले भन्दैछ कि यस्तो क्लासमा ध्यान नै दिँदैन, क्लासमा हेर्दैन, बोल्दा नि बोल्दैन, इन्टरेक्ट नै गर्दैन. अब अनि उसको बुवा हुनुहुन्न होइन, हुन्छ नि. अनि मामाको घरमा छ भनेपछि हुन्छ नि, एभ्री वान इज लाइक पठाइदिउँ न त, हुन्छ नि. अब पढेर गरी खाने जस्तो छैन, राइट? I just wanted to make them understand this kid, right? This kid right now, if somehow by a miracle, if he goes into a mechanical engineering like bachelor's or like a robotics or like focus in that, even in Nepal, right? Yeah. This kid will be an unstoppable force. Like he will do wonders. Okay? A kid who is 12, 13 years old, he understands how machines work. He can go into it, make repairs to radios and stuff like that. And then he's keen on building things, right? And he's not shy from asking, what will I need to build this? This kid will do wonders in college.
But his ability to read and write, won't that impact? Because even in engineering school, it's a lot of theoretical that you have to understand.
I think that's the whole point he's making. Like he's only.
But in Nepal, even in the engineering school, it's more theoretical. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not like over here. In like engineering schools where it's more practical, or you can go to technical schools where you can learn to cut lumbers or do different kind of steel works. It's not like over here.
I think
it's
that's
like totally different.
All right.
I think that's what he's trying to figure out.
So the thing is, Nepal has this kryptonite. I'm sorry for framing it like that. It's called reservations. So yeah, he comes from a class where he can get reservations. So even if he does passing of those exams, he will get it. Right.
So it's by utilizing whatever is on there to help him kind of achieve his dream.
I understand what you're saying, right? You need to score a lot, but it's only for people who don't get reservations, right?
Okay.
If he gets like even a 50 in that entrance exam, 40 to 50, he will be in. He will get a very good college. And he can choose, which is a good thing. Like, I'm that is my source of hope in that sense. So he just has to pass all the classes, get maybe better at maths and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when he goes in,
it's like trying to make him understand the theoretical aspect of it that can then enhance his already like curious mind.
Yes.
To make sure he builds something that is like not 80% perfect, it'll be 100% perfect.
Okay, this is how I sold it to him. Papa, timलाई यो बनाउनु मन छ, and he's very excited of it.
Yeah.
Don't you think, तिमी ठुलो भएपछि, if you get to work on like bigger machines, won't you want to work on a rocket or like an Air Force engine?
Yeah.
Something that's like a bigger size. The drones that are coming out, or like even robots, right?
Yeah,
there are companies there. Wouldn't you want to work on that? So if you want to work on that, you will have to get good at this, right? You will have to at least pass. Start passing, showing them your like घरको मान्छेहरु that this kid can do it, right? And they will invest in you. Like we are here to, like we will take care of everything, right? But if you want that opportunity, किनकि all your life हुन्छ नि तिमी यो मात्रै बनायो भने त हुन्छ you won't be satisfied. And he was like, and that is how I sold it to him. I don't know. They say like he's doing well I haven't looked at the grades, which we do. I haven't looked at it, but yeah, he's doing well. Like he's getting serious about studies. Oily say.
Okay, so it's
from
kind of
what I
like
heard.
you're motivating him
Yes.
by his passion, not because you have to get good grades. Like you're like if you don't get good grades, you'll end up in the streets, or you like how our parents used to say us, right?
Of course.
So basically, what you've identified in this particular situation is this kid is interested in building mechanical robots, or he understands about like hydraulic systems. Like I don't even know how like a kid like at his age would do
It's
that.
intuition, right?
Yeah.
Some people just have intuition.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just one example of it, right?
Yeah.
So there could be like hundreds of other kids that have the same.
And this will get in the crux of what we are trying to do.
So yeah, they are project students. So is it focused in like these kind of students where they have a different type of learning path?
Yes.
Exactly.
So our criteria is 2-tiered,
Okay.
need-based, where they need the financial
Okay. Need-based, yeah.
need-based,
Of course.
and merit-based,
Okay.
where we can see a nascent potential in some field. We do not care what field you are good at, if the kid can be good at something, right?
Yeah.
If the kid can be good at something, we are willing to work with them,
So
help them.
you gave examples of some kids. So
Yes.
you're just helping them with the financial. You're not gonna help in life itself, because life is more complicated than that. So where do you think these kind of like people will end up, because the system is already built for people who only get like bachelor's degree in some areas, right? By studying.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say you're only helping financially, that's not
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
The thing is, we try to integrate ourselves in their lives, right?
Okay.
We will meet them every week.
As a mentor.
Yes, as a mentor. So
Okay.
what we are essentially trying to do,
Mm.
and this will help it explain very nicely, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if you had a dai, right?
Okay. Yeah.
A dai or an uncle who is a mentor to you, who will say to you, Timi esma ramro garo, I will get everything for you. You won't have to worry about money. Any problem you have in life,
Okay.
it can be related to your friends, it can be related to your relationship, because they are like 14, 15, they'll start
Yeah.
liking people, getting rejected and stuff like that.
Mm.
Anything you are going through, right? I'm here for you. And all you have to do in exchange is pursue whatever passion you have.
Mm.
Think about it, like how much motivating that be.
Mhm.
It would be, it is a larger application of the Big Brother, Big Sister programs that we have in America.
Mm.
We try to integrate in their lives. It is
Okay.
not just about finances, right? We try to meet them every week, if not every month. के भइरहेछ?
Mm.
ए फुटबल भइरहेछ? दाइ फुटबल भइरहेछ, मलाई जुत्ता चाहियो.
Mm.
सो द्याट काइन्ड अफ अ रिलेसनसिप क्या हुन्छ नि?
Mm.
मलाई यस्तो भइरहेछ दाइ, मेरो साथीले यस्तो भन्यो, मलाई डिमोटिभेट फिल भयो, अब के गर्ने होइन?
And how do you select the mentors, or is it just you guys?
So starting out, we have it was us,
Yeah.
and then now we have a team of volunteers. It is on ground in Nepal, and also students here they are in college right now. Most of them. The selection process is if the tier based thing, right? If they are studying education related, sociology related subjects,
Okay.
that's the first priority, because then it's just their coursework, right? If not, but they're motivated, like they want to do, because we are also not from the subject wise that background. Like I'm from engineering, my friend is from computer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you're motivated, if you feel
Passionate about
it, for the first month or two, we will be there with you in those meetings, in like trying to get you inculcated, and also screening out
Okay.
people who might be motivated but not good at it,
Yeah.
who might not be fit for it.
Yeah.
And then once we are like, okay, this he or she is doing well,
Mm.
we'll inculcate. And best case scenario is their majors are aligning with us. That would be the best thing.
Mm.
But it's difficult
Yeah,
to
it's
find.
difficult to do that. Yeah.
to find
No,
people.
that's
And is the ratio of one mentor to many childs, or just 1-to-1?
So one mentor is 3 children.
At least 3.
Yeah, at least 3. Because we have this thing where every school has 3 to 4 students. Like
Okay.
every batch, we try to pick like 3 to 4 students. So that batch will be assigned to them, and then subsequently.
This is actually it takes me back to even like big companies like AT&T.
Yes.
They have mentorship programs.
Yes.
Like when you have successful like leaders within the company, they will want you to talk to other like newer like recruits or people who are coming in because they kind of want to take that same creativity mind and build on that. You know what I mean?
All right.
But this is more of an impactful from a society perspective.
Yes.
Right.
I just want to hammer in this point.
Yeah.
If that kid who is already building hydraulic cranes, trying to build a robot, he's like 13, 14, 12 years old. And if that kids end up working at a restaurant or a casino in India or like Middle East, in construction somewhere, it is us who have failed that kid. It's not the kid who has failed in life.
Yeah.
And we it is the education system, it is our Nepali society, our leaders. We have failed that kid. That kid was doing what a kid can do, right?
Exactly.
He was demonstrating talent. He was willing to participate in fairs. He was willing to speak out. I need this, I need that. And if we fail him, it is we are failing our talent, and we will never develop as a society. A society that fails talent will never develop.
Exactly.
And that gets me back to Japan.
Yeah. Japan is it's hundreds of years of just like consistent like planning.
And where it started was 1860s.
60, yeah.
Right, 1860s, the same time, Darbar High School, shout out to whoever have studied there. I think it's called a Bhanubhakta Mavi now today, right?
That I don't.
Oh, yeah. So Darbar High School, the first school.
Yeah, that's the first school.
Yeah, I think South Asia, where like Nepal in that sense were pioneers of like modern schooling. I don't know. I don't know if you guys know this. Jang Bahadur Rana is the first leader of this subcontinent to go to Britain, to go to a European country.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yes, because he helped British get troops so that they can suppress rebellions and stuff like that. It's not a pretty history.
It's not a pretty history.
We were on the side. Okay, guys, we were on the side of colonizers, right? That's why we avoided being colonized, because we sided with the colonizers, and our armies ended up killing people who were fighting for their freedom. So yeah, always remember that when we are very proud of.
You know what? I didn't even.
Lots of countries have problem with Gorkhalis because Gorkhalis are sent as assassins.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a mercenary group.
So
at the end of the day.
Wow, that's a crazy take on that, dude.
You didn't know about Gorkhalis? That's the actual take about Gorkhalis.
The only Gorkhalis I knew about was like they're fierce, that they go into war.
They are fierce.
Yeah,
they're fierce.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that, as someone who doesn't live in like
You don't know about Argentina? Why Gorkhalis were not welcomed over there for a long period of time?
Because we fought in the Falkland Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, Argentina, you have only you to blame for this. There's only sheep there. Why were you fighting in Falkland and with Britain? Like, I don't know why were you doing that. So it's on you guys. But I'm not going to apologize for Falkland.
No. Anyways, Gorkhalis were used as assassins by the British in lots of areas, lots of wars.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I wouldn't use mercenary is a
Mercenary
better
as
word.
assassin,
It's not like they were going into houses and they were
yeah.
participating in wars. That
There's just the muscle.
The muscle, right?
Yeah.
And when they were recruited, they are recruited as mercenaries, like back in the day. So 1814 is when we have our Anglo-British War.
Yeah.
1816 is what it ends, and then the British start recruiting Gurkhas as mercenaries, basically, right?
Yeah.
They pay you to fight for them. That's the history of it.
That is insane.
And okay, I'm not trying to say we are not brave as a nation. We're really brave. You know, we fought in world wars.
You don't have to correct yourself.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, it's history. It's history. I think if anything,
no.
You're just spitting out facts.
Yeah.
That's
Listen, even if someone like sits here and gets offended by it, right? What are they going to get offended about? The truth? Like, if anything, like I didn't know about it. I'm not offended, but I really want to go back and look at. Oh my God! Like, you know, I had a very positive image of Gorkhas.
All right. So if you want to learn more about this, 1857 rebellion, the first rebellion against the British in India, we sent troops to Delhi. We sent troops to all the regions of Bihar, and we thousands of our troops went there. It was Jang Bahadur Rana who was the leader back then, and we ended up killing Indians who were rebelling against their, for their freedom. Basically, They wanted to be free of British colonial hegemony, and we helped the British to sustain their power there.
Wow.
And as a reward, the Rana family, Jang Bahadur Rana, they were rewarded with a lot of riches,
Yeah.
a lot of money.
But that's also the same time when
And-
the Ranas were also ruled Nepal for like 100 years, right?
I mean, that was the beginning of Rana rule there. Jang Bahadur Rana is the first Rana prime
And
minister.
the education system that we are talking about, like we talked about it, like we were introduced to that system, but because of that oligarchy system, just one person getting all the services for a really long time, and that really suppressed the education system to the commoners. So that's why it took a long time to develop over there.
Yeah.
Actually, that's
Everything
what-
is co-interrelated based
Yeah,
off
no,
of
it's
power.
just-
Okay,
interrelated.
and this is a very like a fun fact thing. What ends up happening because we support the British in the 1857 war, the War of Independence, actually, right?
Yeah.
We get 4 districts. We get rewarded by land, Nepal as a whole, like Jang Bahadur Rana, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The districts are Bake, Bardhiya, Kailali, Kanchanpur, the district I come from.
Oh, really?
So they are called Naya Muluk.
Uh-huh.
It's in our history books when we study in schools, right?
Okay.
But this is a very clever thing they do. They say, oh, the king was dissatisfied with Sugauli Treaty, and they asked the British to give it back, and they gave it back. They never say why they gave it back. It was because we ended up allying with them against.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Okay,
done.
I think we should do a history session with Ashutosh sometimes, but I think we are more focusing on.
Okay. So
Trinket for education today,
these things are related, right?
Yeah, these things
I'm
are
mentioning
related.
this very like purposely.
Okay.
I mean, there might be tidbits of history in there. Because the next thing, the purpose of Trinket for education is rooted in what mistakes we made in introducing education to Nepal.
Okay. The
Right.
past mistakes that were made.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first mistake we do is thinking that the schools that have been brought in by the Ranas
Okay.
were meant for general public, right?
Yeah, it was.
So all our agitation, you can look up agitations during 2007 when this is in Bikram Sambat, right? Don't quote me on the ED thing. Where Congress and other parties were agitating against the Rana rule. It is called the dark period of Nepali history, and
Yeah.
for very good reasons, right? When they were agitating, it was almost like in the back of the mind, they're like, oh, they're teaching their kids, but they're not letting us study, right? Which was a segregation, right?
Yeah.
And which was true. But the problem with that thing was that education meant for a general application?
Oh yeah. For widespread.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a general application to the populace,
Yeah.
it was not.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because the
That-
curriculum.
that's where we erred. I mean, you can say we erred when Jang Bahadur Rana imported a British colonial education system to teach his or her kids,
Yeah.
in the Rana family. But they had a very specific purpose in mind. Jang Bahadur Rana lays it out in his records. He
Yeah.
says, I'm bringing these teachers here so that my kids will learn English, so that they can, later on, they will get power, right? And they can negotiate with the British well. They can do good at diplomacy, and we can get favorable terms with the British.
Yeah.
That was it.
Which makes sense for a ruling family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
They
will
need to
be-
learn some
You will
aspects.
be good at
yeah.
French, you will be good at English, you will go out there, you will negotiate better treaties, you will get more money for your family, and then you will get like better arms, better weapons, everything, right?
They just
You-
need skills and education in some areas that would
Yes.
benefit them.
That would benefit them, and
Yeah.
it's mainly focused on getting English education and
Yeah.
science in there and everything, so that they look like Enlightenment era individuals, the 1800s Victorian era individuals. They start dressing like the British.
Yeah.
They start making buildings that would appeal the British. So all of our Singha Darbars and everything, they have the neoclassical, the British style
British style buildings.
of columns and everything. Because he went to London and he was like, oh, this is the epitome of civilization, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that is what he ends up doing, and it was very purpose. Like he was very purposeful in doing that, right? The thing we made, the mistake we did was that setup that he had brought in was a colonial educational setup.
Okay.
All of the teachers were from India,
Yeah.
and all of them were employees of the British colonial, rule there.
Mhm.
And the purpose of a colonial education anywhere in the world, may it be a Spanish colony or a Portuguese colony or British colony, is to provide workers for that colonial setup.
Yeah. You don't want
the skill set.
You don't
that
want
they
the mass getting smarter to the point where they like, hey, listen, this is how we should be. We should be treated as equal, or else they're going to overthrow it.
Yes.
If you're taught to be, hey, no, you need to listen to power. You need to do this. You need to do work. You need to be like a sheep.
Yes.
Right? Then you suppress it.
Yes. So 1823, 24, when the British set up the colonial education in India, the person who sets it up, his name is Macaulay. I forgot his whole name. He, in the parliament, he stands up and he says, the purpose of this education is not to make great thinkers or great educationalists. It is to make workers for the British colony. I'm paraphrasing, right? For the British colony, so that the individuals would be brown in their color, but white in their thought.
Mind. Yep.
Yeah. So they will dress like us. They will, and they will end up thinking of themselves from the view of the colonizer and look down upon their own societies.
That is, that I'm sorry to say this, but that's so relevant even in today's politics.
World, it is.
Even in America, you think about it. That's why, I watch Jubilee sometimes, right? And then I'm not trying to say every African American should be Democrat, right, or Republican. Yeah. But when I see those type of individuals, I'm listening to them. I'm to me, it amazes me. Man, they sound like they really don't like their own culture, upbringing.
Yes.
And then now you're saying this kind of colonizing, you're made to think that way, and you're just black or brown by skin, but in here you're brainwashed to.
And you're the colonizer's tool for oppression.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And this happens world over.
Yeah, this happens world over.
Mexico. It will happen. Mexico, Spanish speakers will be privileged. They are the largest Spanish-speaking colony today. They were a colony. They are a nation today. Brazil has the largest number of Portuguese speakers anywhere in the world.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And we have Portugal, which is a small country.
Yeah.
I talk about how Portugal colonized Brazil in that area, and now Brazil is crazy big.
Yes. That is how colonial education works. So what we ended up doing after overthrow of Ranas was we ended up generalizing a colonial education setup, which was not meant for general public. And you can criticize Ranas either way, right? But the democratic setup that we got, or maybe Raja Mahindra when he did that coup and everything, first of our education minister, the education ministries, they ended up just copying whatever was in place without examining that, this education is not meant for the general public. What we'll end up doing is, even though we were not colonized directly, we will end up propagating a colonial education, which will end up having the effects on the minds of this general population of Nepal as a colonized society.
So that's why you see a lot of these workers going to Dubai.
No, not Dubai. Not Dubai.
Dubai.
Okay. There is a general sense. I will agree. Going to a Middle East or a Southeast Asian country is not a mark of respect. The mark of respect is America, UK. Japan is also not seen as
not seen.
Mostly
hotel. They go to work in restaurants and hotels.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And Dai will agree with this. Okay, guys. Okay. What is a good compliment you will hear in the immigrant groups in Nepal is if correct me if I'm wrong, right? Is त्यो दाइ थाहा छ त्यो दाइ त माइक्रोसफ्टमा काम गर्नुहुन्छ एप्पलमा काम गर्नुहुन्छ
right
त्यो दाइ त खतरा हो नि हैन हुन्छ नि
big companyमा
काम गर्नुहुन्छ which is I'm not trying to play them down, right?
Absolutely not.
This is a mark of a colonized society. Okay? You are proud of going to work for your colonizer. In India, for 150 years of British rule, the greatest compliment a person could get was, "Yo manche ta belaitबाट आएको." He came from Britain. He studied in London. And once World War II happens and the center of Anglo-Saxon power shifts to America, America becomes the gold standard of the colonizer.
Wow.
And the influencer till now to
So one of the great compliments a Nepali can get is you're working for a company that is based out of America and you are an employee there or a high level, even
if you work remotely in Nepal for a US company,
yes,
it's like so much better.
And you will not get the same amount of respect if you earn the same, but if you have a company set up by your own volition that you're working, you'll not get the same respect. Because this is the inverse, right? A colonized society will respect individuals who work for the colonizer, and a society which was not colonized by education will respect individuals who do work of their own volition and entrepreneurs that are trying to battle the system and trying to beat it. And this is the parallel with Japan. Every single Japanese company is a native Japanese company.
Yeah.
Honda, Toyota, every one of them are last names of families from Japan. Mitsubishi, right?
Yeah.
Even you will see this in Russia, right?
Yeah.
They will they will think, America has these big companies. What do we have? Same with Germany, BMW, Mercedes, everything, right?
Yeah, but don't you think this is just a transition of time? Because Nepal, you can see, is a late bloomer, right? People who have minds like lately we just got the revolution that actually I think is the real revolution that freed up people's logic and thinking process. Like we can come and get, and it's just a matter of time that the owner of Perplexity, he's Indian, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now Indians are coming to India. India is facing the same thing. They have worked for colonizers for a very long time.
Yes.
And Nepal was a little bit late. But nowadays, if you see, lots of these industries that are being set up in India and in America, the founders are Indians.
Oh yes.
So don't you think in a certain time, Nepalese will also be there?
I think what I got from what he's saying is, right, it's not about like who's doing what. It's about the system that's being implemented. Is regardless if you're an Indian, what do you call CEO or like or a founder or a Nepali founder, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, if you are the big top dog and it's your company, you will use the colonizing aspect to keep your employees in check. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
Like for example, like what he said, right?
Yeah.
The entrepreneur in Nepal isn't as respected as someone working for a US based company. You know what I mean? Like the guy who holds a job who doesn't have his own business, who isn't utilizing his mind, has less respect than someone who went to school and is probably making like $40,000-$50,000 or 50 or 40,000 rupees for working for a US company in Nepal. While this guy has a potential to make like maybe a multi-million-dollar company based off his idea. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That I get.
Potential is not rewarded.
Yeah. So I mean that's a really, really interesting take.
Yes.
That is an absolutely interesting take.
Yeah, but that is because of the history that we have,
Exactly.
as he said.
Exactly.
As we said.
And
it's just
that
a
is
matter
why
of time.
I was going on about the
Yeah.
intricacies of what
No.
happening
I mean, like, listen, like, I think like the best way you can explain it, and I think you did a really, really good job. Again, like when I say something like, "Oh, it's the system that was implemented," right?
Yes.
You kind of went very deep into like how it actually, what the history behind it, what's happening. Because even that's something like next time if I have a conversation with someone about the history of why this education system was like that, or infrastructure, it's not only about infrastructure. So there was infrastructure in education, but the curriculum of that infrastructure was completely wrong, right? Does that make sense? Because you said like the education infrastructure was implemented back in the day when Nepal had the head start, was not to bring minds, not to make them be free thinkers. There was more like controlling that class to work for them. You know what I mean? So I think that also like is a huge thing.
There was until the boom of internet. Only after internet came,
but
and people could explore. That's only
internet is a very it's called like in sociology, right? It's a great equalizer.
The great equalizer. That's when the equalizer came in. Otherwise, people like him and me would still not be educated in different levels and know about different philosophers that existed in Eastern or Western or different worlds.
Absolutely, absolutely. But remember, that internet was not only for that class of people. That internet was also for the people
worldwide.
Worldwide. And even the people who are rich. Oh, shit. Okay, this is going to come in. Like, for example, if you have all the resources in the world and you know this particular system can like kind of make it equal for everybody else. Okay, I have the resources. Let me get a head start.
Oh, yes.
Right? So then you have the implementation of social media, right? When you have influencers.
Yes.
And what do influencers do? They influence people, right?
And I know Dai meant it as a throwaway line, but we can actually have a discussion just on history where we go around the world. Because this is not just Nepal problem.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There's a very famous like African proverb that they say where the lands were colonized, right? So when the colonizer came in, the colonizer had the Bible and we had the land. And when the colonizer left, we had the Bible and they had the land.
Yeah, religion was a really impactful.
And you will see this in Japanese history. So I keep on hammering that point because Dai said, oh, don't you see that things are changing in Nepal?
Yeah.
Why did they change in Japan like 100, 150 years ago? Even though the political system that they had in Japan and the political system that the Ranas had.
Which date are you giving in? Because until the World War, there was Imperial Japan, right?
Oh, yeah. So I'm talking about 1850 onwards.
1850
Japan,
onwards,
right? 1850 is very important because an American general, his name is Matthew Perry, was from France. Matthew Perry, he arrives at the port of Tokyo with gunboats. So they are built of steel, gunboats with cannons and everything. And what he says was, because Japan was closed off for traders, the only international trade they did was with the Dutch and one island. And that's where they got, and no one else was allowed in the country, right? Foreigners were not allowed. And what he said basically was, it's called, and even to this day, this kind of diplomacy is called gunboat diplomacy. Because you arrive at a port with gunboats with the threat of violence and you say, open this up or we'll blow you into pieces, right? So Japan ends up in the threat of violence, ends up signing away rights to trade and everything. And that is when Japan realizes, oh, if we don't modernize, if we don't industrialize, these powers will eat us up.
Yeah.
And they were at the same time eating up China. China had gone through two iterations of opium wars.
Yeah.
So the British are the OG drug traders, the original cartel in the world,
right? Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to dwell in history, right? But the thing
it is interesting though, because it is very interesting because if you think about it right now, it just changes. It's like baton keeps getting passed on to one to another, right? That's what's actually happening.
And there's a great continuity to this, right? So what happens in Nepalese history is one prime minister of the Rana line, his name is Dev Samset. I love that guy, by the way. He becomes a prime minister of Nepal and he sees the same thing that I am talking about. This is year 1900, right? Japan in the 1870s ends up adopting the education system so that we need to industrialize. How do we industrialize? We need workers, right? We need skilled engineers. We need architects. We need people who are literate enough to, do the machines and stuff, like work in machines. How do we do that? We need public education. We need general education. And where do we get the education? At that time, Japan's ally was Britain. Because America had been antagonistic and Britain was trying to balance this,
Yeah.
They're good at that.
Yeah.
So Britain comes in. They're like, the Japanese are like, okay, help us build a public education system, right? And the British do what they know. Like, it's not even out of malice. Like, you will teach people what you know, right?
Yeah.
So they set up schools, 3 or 4 schools around the thing. And this is Imperial Japan. This is after the Meiji Restoration. Emperor Meiji is at the helm. And what ends up happening in 4 or 5 years down the line. So the thing we are trying to do with Trinket for Education is what Imperial Japan did in the 1870s.
Don't say like Imperial Japan. People will be like, what are
No,
you trying to
Imperial Japan is not a
I'm
bad
joking, I'm
word,
joking, I'm
guys.
joking,
It's
I'm
like saying
joking.
Great Britain, right?
Yeah,
The British Empire or
Yeah,
something.
I'm just joking. But
So what Japan ends up doing in the 1870s is, within 5 years of implementing that, British advised education, the Japanese emperor, he personally travels to all those schools to meet the children, so that he's like, how is the education going on? Are we meeting because the larger vision in mind, and this is where your point comes in, and I agree with you.
The leaders.
Leaders, right? What is the purpose of behind what they're doing? So the leader of Japan was like, oh, we need to get on par with the great
world.
powers of the world, and I need to empower every single citizen of this nation.
Yes.
And it was not just that guy, but the whole court and the nobles.
Because
and
everybody
everything, right?
saw the long run issues.
And this is the difference in mindset of a Nepali oligarch or a Nepali, position in power. And to this day, it's like, how do I benefit my coterie of people, my family, opposed to how can we all get richer than...
Absolutely.
Okay, think about it. A ruler of an industrialized nation will get respect throughout the world, right?
Yeah.
But if you are a rich person in a poor country, you'll probably be like, oh, he's rich, but what about the others? Right? Yeah. So what he ends up doing is he's surveying, he's going around the schools and he's like, okay, tell me what you have learned. And what he's noticing, right? He's very worried about it. He writes in his diaries and stuff. He's very worried. Oh, these kids, they're very good at giving out definitions. So if you ask them, oh, what is gravity? Oh, gravity is the pull of this. And he's like...
Regurgitating this.
Regurgitating. They're very good at regurgitating. The one question he asks everyone is, okay, I'm a layman in Japan, just walking in the streets. How would you explain this to me in Japanese?
Nothing.
Because they're studying in English, right?
Yeah.
So they don't know. They are trying to get words, but they're struggling.
Yeah.
And this will happen with every single kid who has studied in Nepal in a boarding school,
Yeah, in a boarding
which is a boarding school or English
medium school.
Medium school. This is the struggle every single kid has, right? Their mother tongue is a different language. They're studying in English, and half of their brain capacity is just translating things, trying to understand this, in that. And if any of the teachers are like, "You buzau, Nepali ma buzau," akamakka parcha. You can say the same thing in English, you can say the definition, but have you actually understood it? And many of our students, even the peers I studied with, they will struggle.
Yeah.
Actually बुझाउन के तपाईले बुझाउन के हुन्छ नि आफूले बुझेको होला नबुझेको होला हैन तर बुझाउन हैन. So what he says after the survey ends, what the decree of the emperor comes in, he says, oh, with this education we'll end up with a class of people who are really good at talking. So they will talk to you like educated people, they will talk to you with these fancy words, but they don't have substance. And I don't know if you'll agree, most of the educated class in Nepal, the intellectual class, is like this. They have very fancy words. They will talk in this cadence of, a very intellectual minded person. But at the end, when you piece together everything they said, they didn't say much.
Yeah. It's like you're saying a lot, but you're not really saying anything.
Yes. And we're very good at that. Nepali intellectuals are very good at
That's what we call bullshitters.
bullshit. or word sellers, right?
Yeah, word sellers, or salespeople, That's
so Nepali education, which is the product of the education that the British advised, something, right? Was, oh, you are very good at talking. You're very good at saying definitions of things or saying this and that. तर एक्चुअलमा के हो त भन्दा त हुन्छ नि, that person's brain capacity is going in just understanding that thing. किनकि उसको मदर टङमा छैन नि त. मदर टङमा you don't need much explanation for things. हुन्छ नि, तपाईँ फ्याट्टै बुझ्नुहुन्छ क्या भनिरहेको कुरा. But when I use fancy English terms to describe it, you will take time to break it apart, or you will just memorize it कि say कि मलाई आउँछ भनेर देखाउनलाई, but not understand it.
I guess maybe I can relate to that, just because again,
Okay,
for me, let me put it this way.
Yes.
When I hear Nepali news, I cannot understand a bit of it. I find it like it sounds like Chinese.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I will give you an example where you will relate. You did high school here?
Yeah.
Okay, did you take any of the language like the optional language classes?
The
Spanish or like
I took
French?
like French.
French, right?
Yeah.
Imagine all of your the concepts of science, of maths and everything was taught to you in French.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Yeah.
How much will you understand?
Yeah.
तपाईँले 4 वर्ष French पढ्नु भएको होला?
Yeah.
How much did you understand of a novel in French?
Oh no, not at all.
हैन? So 4 वर्ष
I just memorized hi, hello, how are you doing?
Scale that to हुन्छ नि 6 मा पढिरहेको 7 मा पढिरहेको बच्चा के नेपालमा.
Okay.
They have learned English for a number of years.
Mm.
Maybe like 2 years more than what you have learned French.
Yeah.
Will they be able to master science ko हुन्छ नि?
Of course not.
And that is what is expected of us. That's why how few of us make it. हुन्छ नि? Because only a few individuals will have that kind of a bandwidth to struggle with this हुन्छ नि hellhole we are putting them through.
That's a really, really, really. It's
Yeah,
an
that is
eye-opening and a
true.
mind-opening thing to think about.
Yeah, think about.
Okay.
And in the top countries of the world, if you see top 10 G10 and also France, they will teach everything in France.
French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
German, they will teach everything in German.
Yes.
Japan, they'll teach everything in Japanese, and China, they'll teach everything in Chinese.
Because they're not gonna
India
change
and Nepal, more English though.
Yeah. You know what's
So-
really crazy? When I went to France, right? When I was back in 2013.
Everything will be in French.
No, but think about this. Like, this is how, like, we say that they're very arrogant and they're really respectful. They're very proud of their language, right? But now when you put it this way,
Yeah.
it gives me a better understanding of why they're doing this. So when I went there, right, they would speak you in English. It's not because they can't speak in English. They will speak to you in English if you need help. If they say, "Hey, are you?" For the first question, they'll always ask you, "Are you from here? Are you living, staying here, or you're a tourist?" When I say tourist, then they'll say in English, right? But
Jivian de Nepal.
yeah. But then my friend who was showing me around, he had to learn French. I was like, dude, like, why are you speaking French? Why are you speaking English? He's like, bro, if they know you're a student here and you cannot speak French, they will not respond to you. They will not speak to you in English.
That's how they
Preserve-
preserve and influence you to learning their language.
Exactly, their culture and all
But
that
in
stuff.
Nepalese, we don't do that.
We don't do that at all.
Yeah.
It's good.
We can easily communicate with
Okay.
in
And
English.
that is a perfect continuation of what I'm saying. The Japanese emperor ends up closing those schools.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the sense that those.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not going to do this.
Mm.
He calls for Japanification of education. 1875, 375, Japanification of education. All the social sciences will be taught in Japanese. All the texts will be translated in Japanese. And if there is something of engineering or something, they have to use certain words. They will find a Japanese equivalent or use that word in a Japanese way. But everything will be taught in Japanese to Japanese kids because this system will not work. We will end up squandering generations because they will be constantly translating between languages, right?
That is interesting.
Okay. And
But
I think even China is now doing the same, trying to implement the Eastern culture into the people right now.
Okay, China did it after Mao.
After Mao.
After Mao,
yeah.
They did.
They translated.
Okay, so you can hate the Chinese Communist Party (CCP), right?
Yeah.
I don't particularly like them, but the thing that they did after 1950, right?
Yeah.
They won the Civil War. Mass education.
Yeah.
They just made sure
Yeah,
everything in that in China, every person was literate, can read, can write, And one of the reasons was because they wanted to sell their propaganda.
Yeah.
The little red book of Mao. But regardless of the reason, right?
Yeah.
That is what they did in
And
large scale.
What you can say about China, even if you hate the system out there,
Yeah.
the communist system out there, they achieve their goals though.
Lots
Lots of people are educated. Lots of people are above the poverty line, and lots of people are like doing well with different skill sets.
You know what it is like like the ideology, like a lot of people over here, even in America, when they talk about socialism or democratic socialism, the first thing they say, communist. It's completely different. It's completely different in a sense of like, democratic socialism is like a capitalistic society that has socialistic like tendencies, elements of education, healthcare, infrastructure. It can be income inequality. The income inequality is not there. Like to have a very strong middle class, right? but someone who doesn't even understand that and will automatically relate to communism. And the way how we were taught about communism back in the day was communism like, oh, government has all the power, you don't own anything, everybody's equal, right? Very, very layman's term, right?
Oh, yeah.
But when now, like with the whole like globalization of everything, you have all these influence going to China,
Yes.
right? AstroPhysics is like, oh my God, I never knew China was like this. It's crazy. And they're like,
Okay, most of it is propaganda. Like
yeah,
they're
most of it is
paid to
propaganda.
say
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
I won't go with what they're showing. I would just go with the indicators, right?
Yeah, yeah. No,
just-
but what I'm trying to say is, in order to even build that infrastructure,
Oh, yeah,
right?
of course.
Like if you want to push a propaganda,
Yes.
you got to have the set ready, right?
Yes.
You kind of have to have the set ready. You got to have your cool buildings. You have to have your
everything.
crazy technology. You got to have your cars. You got to have the highways. You got to have
or
the
at least the money
skyscrapers.
to pay that guy. Who
or at least the money to pay that guy.
Yeah, that-
I'm not saying it's a right thing. I'm not advocating for it, but
Yes.
they utilize their resources to build the infrastructure so much
Yes.
that the people who live there won't even question the government. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know, they're happy. Hey, man, I got a job, $2,000-$3,000 a month.
Oh, yeah,
And I got this like self-driving car that I can purchase for really cheap, like the Xiaomi's and stuff like that.
And the thing I think we discount is the amount of nationalism that Communist Party has.
Yeah,
The CCP.
yeah.
They are based on Chinese nationalism, right? They might be like ideologically communist,
Yeah,
but they're also Chinese
yeah,
in that sense, right?
exactly.
They CCP sees themselves as the continuation of the dynasties of the old, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The line that was broken, I think, around 1910s. They see the Confucian ideas, right? They see them as the continuation of that tradition,
Yeah.
where China has always had a very strong central government, which imposes law upon people and ensures that it's also a welfare. Like it has always been in that sense, a welfare society where
Yeah, yeah.
they would build roads, they would make sure that, and China has always had the tradition of the public. You know how we have in Nepal, we have that exam that they give for government.
No, it's not SLC. Lok Sabha.
Lok Seva, right?
Lok Sabha.
So China actually has like almost 2,000 years
Yeah.
of that education where if you are a commoner and if you can study like certain books and go to that exam, you can end up at a very high level of like that kind of a meritocracy, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And
It's now building apps that gives you merit, and if you know the answers and if you follow it, then it's a merit system that
Yes.
they're trying to
And-
implement and
and
trying to influence the culture and not trying to lose the Chinese culture that they want to see like prosper. That's the thing.
yes, and I understand why it sounds repulsive to an American mind.
Yeah, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's good for them though.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it works
and
for
there's a Deng Xiaoping quote: "I do not care if the cat is black or white, as long as it kills the mice."
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
But you know,
Okay.
going in,
for,
you know,
trinket for education,
Yeah,
guys.
well, actually, before now, I know we've been talking about it. Who's Ashutosh? Like, what is your story? Because you know, I know you've been talking about your like organization. I want to know, like, I think like maybe like give 10 minutes of you too, like who you are, what's your story, because I feel like, you know, after hearing everything that you know you're doing and the organization and how you're talking about history, how well versed you are, right?
Yes.
How did that person come up to be?
I mean, it's-
Like 5 minutes introduction.
5
Okay,
minutes,
5
like,
minutes
yeah, to
introduction.
talk about yourself, because you know.
So I grew up in a very regular Nepali household. Both of my parents are teachers. My dad is a professor of economics. My mom, she's a English teacher, like high school English teacher, like literature.
Mhm.
So she did her master's in literature. So my house would be filled with books,
Okay.
economics, this. And most of my family was left-leaning in inclination, right? Not, even though like not outright members of the Communist Party or like, because socialism for Nepalese is a given.
Yeah.
You won't have to convince any person in Nepal for socialism. You're like, hey, सरकारले public hospital बनाउनु पर्छ.
Yeah.
Like, there's not even a debate.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course बनाउनु पर्छ नि, हैन?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I had always had access to knowledge in that sense, and my dad would, I wouldn't say bribe me, but make me, make those slides for his classes, for his economics classes. So I got really well versed in economic theories, and because there were books about Karl Marx and stuff like that. I read Communist Manifesto at a very early stage. So yeah, a normal middle school upbringing. I went to a normal Nepali school, the boarding English school where you would be fined for speaking Nepali.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this.
Yeah. They used to.
We might just be the only society who was not colonized who penalizes its own children for speaking their own mother tongue. This is a crazy amount of haywire of brains that we have.
That's happened like same to most of the English schools, the schools even I study, and I didn't understand. We can talk easily, like communicate easily in Nepali, and that's our mother tongue. That's what we learned from the beginning. Although I traveled when I was small in most of the, but we were not allowed to speak in Nepali. We were like pushed towards only speaking English, and that I saw like a really bad thing that schools were implementing over there.
And that is a mark of colonization.
Yeah, that is a mark of colonization.
Now you can, by the perspective I'm coming towards, and you can see, okay, a native person, right? There is no military, there is nothing happening. A native person is colonizing their own next generation. Their minds into thinking that English is somehow a superior language than your own language. Okay?
And these are done by like the private schools, not the public schools. In public schools, you are free to speak in. But the private schools in India and Nepal forced this because they wanted, the parents want their children to be like top epitome of everyone, right? As you said, like
epitome of a colonized mind
able to speak like fluently in English, right? And their parents want their kids to be like that. And the school system, the private school system said, I can do that for your kid. I'll only teach him English.
I will make
that's what happened in Nepal.
I will make him an Englishman, card carrying member.
That was the picture that they saw for us.
Notice if you speak US or Nepal, if you speak English without an accent, right? यो त कस्तो खतरा बाबु है कस्तो राम्रो इंग्लिश बोल्छ. And we might think of those as harmless comments, but it is a mark of a colonized society. It is a mark oh, colonizer ko language kasto ramro bolcha.
I didn't think about that. I thought it was always cool if you had an accent, American accent. Hi guys, like like that. But look at your story.
That's why you will see most of the students that come in, they're very hard trying to mimic that American accent. Get that Valley Girl accent or like
Valley Girl.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
The hood.
They're trying to fit in because they think because you have a tinge of an accent, that means you are like somehow inferior. But that just means you know a different language. Why are you worried about knowing multiple languages, right?
Exactly.
But that's beside the point. So the thing was, Nepali was penalized. Nepali boleko.
Okay.
And my mother tongue is not Nepali.
What's your mother?
Right. My mother tongue, because I come from far west, my family's origin is in Darchula.
Okay.
So we speak Darchuli. Okay. So it's a Pahadi language, basically, right? Okay. It's off the hills.
Okay,
right?
okay.
If I spoke in my mother tongue, which was Pahadi, Darchuli Pahadi, it will be 5 times over the fine.
Okay.
5 times over?
Yes.
Damn.
So 5 रुपियाँ फाइन एकचोटि नेपाली बोलेको अनि 25 रुपियाँ फाइन एकचोटि आफ्नो भाषा बोलेको मेरो मदर टङ बोलेको.
And that 25 rupees a lot
because the far west मा चाहिँ there is a double layer of हुन्छ नि inferiority complex. नेपाली राम्ररी बोल्ने मान्छे is superior because we were also Nepali was declared the national language of Nepal, हैन? And there was no democracy. So anyone who did not speak Nepali had to be good at Nepali. So every single Sarkari Lok Seva was in Nepali.
Yeah.
All the political powers were like the powers that be. They speak Nepali. For you to go to a government office, you have to know Nepali. And if you don't know Nepali, you will not be treated well.
That's just people trying to trying to
assimilate. society.
It's a assimilated society. Or otherwise, if you don't, even in France, there are like different French types. That
I think
people
like India is also
India
facing
also
something
is
similar
like
to that, right?
No, India has done very good with language thing.
Yeah.
They have 33 languages, and
But
all of the states locally they get language share, right? The states are named after like corresponding languages, and they do get to assert their identity within the Indian framework. Nepali nationalism was absolutist in the sense because it was one monarchy that propagated it. Nepali nationalism was you will speak Nepali, you will be Nepalese, and because there are like many ethnic groups, they want. I get why they did it. I'm not trying to say that they. But the consequences is only felt by a person whose mother tongue is not Nepali. Because if you are speaking Nepali, you are at an advantage. Like you will never complain about the system. You're like, "Tapale benefit bhayera cha, So so that was the thing that I faced growing up. So all of my ranting about education came from those experiences, right? Why are you penalizing me for speaking my own language? That did not sit well with me. The teachers would be science teachers. You're like, तपाईको बच्चाले question धेरै सोध्छ. They would complain to my parent.
Because the teachers over there don't have that far knowledge that.
Just say I don't know. What would a 12-year-old?
But then the ego
would be hurt, right?
You know what I mean?
A student asks questions and they don't know
the answer. Then the ego gets hurt.
Ego comes in.
Dang.
That's a human nature.
The remark I used to get was oversmart huncha. Well, like what the oversmart huncha? A kid has curiosity to learn.
Yeah.
And first, you are not letting the kid learn in his own language, right?
Yeah.
And he has to go through that layer of trying to learn an orco language and then like तपाईले high school ma French ma math सिकाएको जस्तो क्या के सिक्ने हो
exactly how are you going to do that stuff? It's crazy.
So that kept on happening. I was like good at studies, right? I wasn't bad at it. I did not particularly like it, so I would not put in much effort, but I was good at it. I passed SLC. I did my +2 from St. Xavier's. I don't know if you know what St. Xavier's is. St. Xavier's Maithagar, it is supposed to be one of the top schools. So it's very hard.
In terms of funding, it is. In terms of funding,
it's very hard to get into, like the entrance exam and stuff. That's what they said. I don't know.
It's well funded by the
Catholic
Church in Nepal.
Funded by the
St. Xavier's.
So that's why it's
guys,
so well
I don't know if I should mention this. St. Xavier's was a great guy. He's a saint in the Catholic tradition. He also supported the Goan Inquisition, where Portuguese ended up killing, massacring, destroying temples.
There are a lot of like dark
destroying
histories.
temples in Goa and converting people
into
like
Christian,
by fear and by threat of death into Catholicism. And St. Xavier's says, I'm happy when the pagan, which is like Hindu in this case, right?
Paganism,
pagan get converted to Catholicism, to Christianity, and they destroy their temples by their own hand. That gives me great pleasure.
That is crazy.
And I'm mentioning this for a very good reason, right? St. Xavier's, the land there was given by the king to establish that college or like that school. Because, we are a generous people, right?
Yeah.
He's the same guy that ends up going to Japan. The southern part of Japan, they end up getting a lot of converts through Portuguese. And this is the reason why Japan was closed off in the beginning of that story when Matthew Perry came in. Is because what happens, like when a colonizer is converting you, right? Religion in the colonizer's hand, and I'm not letting Christianity off hook, but in general, right? Is a tool of imperialism. They want to convert the native so that they can use that native against their own people to get a colony there, right?
Exactly.
And that's what ends up happening in Japan, where the converts of the region start rebelling against the government of the time, right? And they have crosses in their flags and they want to make a Christian nation. And Japanese go down with brutality, with just
probably like
yeah.
massacre them.
I wouldn't say massacre. What
mean-
the brutality they do is they would make them apostatize.
Mm.
Not the commoners, the people who were converting. So the priest and everything, they would make them apostatize so that they can say, oh, he has left, why are you still following him?
Okay.
Mm.
So brutality in that. I mean, they end up killing. I mean, it was the
Yeah,
1600s. I'm
Yeah,
not blaming.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming picking sides, guys, right?
Yeah.
And that's why they have a very big fear of the Japanese. End up having a great fear of the foreigners
Mm.
because once they come in, they start playing sides and using the ethnic divide
Yeah.
to convert people and then break down the country.
Even till this day.
Yeah. To this day, they do not like foreigners.
Yeah.
Okay, if you go to Japan, guys, like if you're a big anime fan, please understand they do not like you.
Yeah.
No, I mean like they are very strict with their culture.
They like each other though. Anyways,
But okay, go on. So
Okay, I'm going there. So St. Xavier's, I study 2 years. I read the Bible with the fathers there.
Oh, you read it.
Because of curiosity.
Yeah.
Because the thing was, after the 10th class, we have the SLC. And I moved to Kathmandu because that's where I wanted to leave home, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can relate with this. I was suffocating in my home because we have a very authoritarian family structure. I mean, not just me. This
Every South Asian.
South Asian thing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to leave home, and St. Xavier's was I wanted to explore more, right? Know more about the world. And what had happened by this time was I had in my mind almost left. I grew up in a Hindu household, right? Like a Hindu household. I had left Hinduism in my mind, right? I'd almost become, not almost, I had become an atheist.
Yeah.
So, but I was always curious about the world in general. So I started reading up on religions. And because I was in St. Xavier's, I started reading the Bible. And by college and everything, I ended up reading all the great traditions of. At the same time, I was reading the Chinese Taoism, if you know the Tao Te Ching. Any Lao Tzu fans here? Okay. So yeah, I had because I thought the way I was brought up, I only saw rituals which were not explained, superstition, the caste system that you bring up, and this is curious, right? Every other independent nation in that sense will teach, the first thing will be teach the good things about your society, because a child's mind is very malleable, and then the things that they need to fix, because no society in this world is perfect, right?
Yeah.
America has 100 problems, and every country has their own problem with racism, with social inequality, everything.
Yep.
But in Nepal, bad things about your society is front and center. In our curriculum, in our the social studies texts and everything. So what is Hinduism, right? Sati, that used to happen. Used to burn widows.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Dowry system.
Yeah.
Yeah. And untouchability of caste, of caste supremacy, of discrimination, right?
Like you have to marry within that caste, you can't go down and all that stuff.
Not even marriage, of discriminating people because they are from
a lower caste,
a different caste from you, right? These are front and center, and anything good about the society is almost non-existent or in the margins, which is a very curious thing. I don't know what has this has resulted in the subsequent generations, where we look down upon our society. Will immediately say the problems of our society, but what are the good things about us?
That's actually pretty. I'm trying to think of it myself, like something good, but it's always
it's always the bad.
It's always the bad.
It's always the bad, and we think of this as a great reform mindset that we have, but you cannot just continuously bash a society and not acknowledge what good they bring. Right?
But these are all the things you're learning in school.
Oh yeah, so I'm learning about religions. I'm doing my +2 science, right? So all my life, since 6th grade, all I wanted to do was study astrophysics, go work for NASA or CERN, rockets, stars, astronauts, everything. I
read that. That's why I was interested.
Yeah, I had no other thing in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so Sanjeevir's, I was with my physics teacher. I was trying to solve like the Maxwell equations to get to Albert Einstein's, the constant of C, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the, not even an achievement, but one of the things that I did in +2 was sequentially solving the Maxwell equations where you get the constant of C as 299 kilometers per second. How does that arrive to be a constant, right? So if you solve the Maxwell equations, take the paper that Albert Einstein published, like 1904, the theory of special relativity, and if you solve them, I'm forgetting his name, but there's a mathematician and a physicist who gives the maths for it.
Planck's. Are you talking about Planck?
No, Planck. His name starts from L. Guys, if you know, shout out in the top.
Comment section.
It's comments, right? So if you use that maths, take the Maxwell equations and the postulates that Einstein says, you'll come up with that number.
Okay.
And it's a constant, right?
Langard? Are you talking about Langard?
No, it is transformations. I know that.
Okay. I don't know.
It's inconsequential, right?
So I'm just like, yeah, bro.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I was obsessed with that. I did not care about Nepalese society because I had already concluded this is a backward society which has superstitions, which their all they do is pray in front of their gods, which is like ridiculous. For me, it was
no. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
That has a reason.
I am not as religious too. I consider myself like cultural.
Yes.
But not like as religious. Like I'll do it because I was born into it.
Yes.
But I don't really see myself like as going to the temple and praying.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. Maybe it's not a bad thing.
No,
but
it gives a lot of your mind needs meditation from time to time.
No, I understand the meditation of it. I like to meditate.
No. Some people don't get those meditation type of stuff spiritual by just doing meditation, just doing your hand. Like,
I mean, it
some
is what
people
it is.
get that meditation stuff by going to temples and sitting down there and praying. So
yeah, good for them. Good for them. I'm not saying don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Susanday. Okay, what we have been discussing earlier, Samana, we have been saying that our minds have been influenced by the colonial structure of looking at things. I will throw a wrench
in my thought process. Go ahead.
I will throw a wrench. The word religious, does not apply to our culture.
Yeah, because
it does not apply to Japanese culture. It does not apply to Chinese culture. That framework of religion is not for us.
Yeah, because like our
so when you say you are not cultural religious, we don't have those categories.
Yeah,
right?
I know that. I think a lot of people, especially in the modern time, what they do is like, especially in like India, right? The way how they take Hinduism, the Hindu nationalists, right?
Yes.
They really implement it as if it is a religion, but it's actually an ideology, right?
So let's not go into that because
like I'm just saying in general, like how some people think.
The thing is, I was in India this July because I landed at Delhi airport. Actually, I go there because there's a place called Meena Bazaar. If you guys are into Urdu, Shairi, ghazals, everything, Meena Bazaar has the best books and it's very cheap. So yeah, go there. So yeah. Because the thing is like it's very reductive, right?
Yeah.
A Westerner, when they have to write a paper, right, about India or like Nepal, anyone, right? It's very easy for them to just type up these words: Hindu nationalism, ethnic nationalism. They are like the Nazis from 1930s. They will take up power. They will kill all the minorities and stuff like that. What they are doing is they are thinking of the things that are happening there from the European lens.
Yeah.
They think that how the European mind works
that's the way to communicate with those people out there. These are the words that we use to communicate.
I think ultimately what I'm trying to say is like when I say non-religious is like like I don't participate.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean?
So the thing the wrench was your culture does not mandate participation. Your culture, like the religious framework that you were born into, does not say if you don't go and to a temple and pray, you are a bad person.
Oh yeah, I don't. Okay, let me put it this way.
Yes,
I agree that religion itself, like if you read the Quran or if you read the Bible, or I don't know the Bible, but the Quran, or like the what is the Bhagavad Gita, right? It tells you teaching, but doesn't tell you exactly what you should do, or if you don't do this, this will happen, right? I think it's how people, takes that religion and then implements their own thought processes, and then pushes an agenda. Like, for example, the best way I can actually explain this, right?
Yes.
A lot of my Muslim friends.
Yes.
Right, and I have a really good friend. His name is Fuad. Before, like, I would hear them always talk about, oh, you shouldn't do this, like the Quran says this, or you shouldn't do this, you'll get punished and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then he asked a simple question to a group of friends. I have a lot of friends in Pakistan. He's like, what do you happen if you leave Islam? That's what he asked. Simple question to all of his other Muslim friends.
Yes.
Everyone said, like, oh, you'll get beaten. Oh no, that's straight up like you'll die. Like you that's death penalty. I think that's what's written. Blah 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 blah. Some crazy ass stuff they said, right?
Yes.
And he says, and he reads it. He's like, there is no punishment for leaving Islam.
Oh, there is no punishment.
There is no punishment. He said, that is what people have like the I don't know. I guess their priests, imams, they would call it. Have been said like this is what it is. But there is no religion. There is no punishment. It just says that if you leave it and the day you pass, you will then meet Allah and you'll have a conversation with Him as to why you left it. But there is no punishment. There's punishment for stealing. Because stealing is bad, right?
Yeah. The punishment for stealing is cutting off hands.
Hands, or like whatever it is, like, or slap, or like whips. There's also whips or something like that. Something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
But the punishment, it depends on the size of the crime. That's what it also says.
Yes.
It depends on that too. But like what I'm trying to say is
we're veering off. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
If you're interested in this topic, I will ask you a question and then we can have another discussion about it. Have you read the Quran?
I've read parts of the Quran, not the entirety.
Not the entirety.
Not the entirety.
No, right?
Like
I can tell by the way you are framing your sentences.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not going to sit here and be like I haven't.
Okay,
but this is based off the.
I'm not even trying to like self-advertise. I read the Quran every year, the month of Ramadan, the whole month. I read it. I used to read with my friends, but now I'm out of college, right?
Yeah. That's interesting. That's really good.
Yes, if you want to do an episode just about the world religions and what the Eastern tradition is and what the Western, what's the difference? Because there's difference between religions, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Buddhism is not the same as Judaism, and it's not the same.
Absolutely.
So what is that difference? If you want to dig into
I think
I'm very serious about this. This is something
we can do that.
That is like
so
an interesting topic.
I was just gonna say, like, we are like really less time in this episode.
Okay. Yeah. So okay, I will. This can be what Trinket for Education is about.
So I will just do you rapid questions. So whenever we cannot fill in all the information, and I think we'll have other episodes with you that we can discuss upon history or separate like where we can talk about religion. We can discuss about those things.
I will just conclude with what TFE is by all of them.
Yeah, I'll ask you a question, sir. Okay. So project students, like, describe in few words.
Project student is working with schools in Nepal, different geographical regions of Nepal, so that we can accompany them throughout their development phase.
Okay.
And promote a sense of solidarity between with students, that they are not alone in this.
So how many students do you have there?
We have 15 students across Nepal.
So how does the funding go? We know about your mentorship program, but how does the funding go?
So our funding is primarily by individual donors.
Okay.
And so some individuals working in corporates, where corporate donations happen for non-profits.
So the donation, it goes directly to one child, or it goes to like I donate like $1,000. I see at 1,500 you have collected 1,750.
Yes.
For I don't know which project, but so you collected 1,750. So do you fund like equally to the 15 students?
Like, as allocated, like how do you allocate it?
How do you allocate it?
How do we allocate it? The year's annual. So we do our fundraiser annually.
Yeah.
The annual cost of tuition for the children.
Okay.
We will just pay it, and there is a program that we do where the donor specifically can specify, I want to help this kid because I can relate with the kid. Mm-hmm. Like I was making a call for, like, if you have the backgrounds of robotics, right? Mm-hmm. You can sponsor the kid, and then you can join us in the monthly or like quarterly meetings where you can talk with the kid and help them out. and the scholarship will be named after you or or any person you want to dedicate it to. So that those will just fund that kid. And if you give us a donation that is like in general, we will just allocate it by whatever tuition needs they have.
What kind of tuition and resources they need, so you just allocate
that. So all the books they need and everything that like.
How can a donor communicate with you, and how can they find information on different child?
Okay, so we have social media presence, Trinket for Education. We have a website, trinketforeducation.org. We have all the information on our website. And social media, we keep updating about all the kids that like I was in Nepal, I met them. We have regular updates about what's happening about the thing. Yeah.
And let me go to the next project that you're doing, project evaluation. So can you describe in 1 or 2 sentences?
Okay, project evaluation is about the same thing that you had mentioned.
Okay.
A kid has a different way of learning, a different way of acquiring skills. How do we better evaluate the kid rather than that one page of report card that we get at the end of the semester or like the school year, which does not necessarily reflect the potential of the child, right?
Okay.
So project evaluation is working with researchers.
With researchers, okay.
Yeah, with researchers. So the project Nepal and project evaluation, as I said, Trinket for Education is about research into education, right?
Okay.
Our goal is to fund researchers, to get them in our camp so that we can, in particular fields, we can go in with with all the methodologies, all the scientific methodologies, and break down what we need, right? So to evaluate a child better, what can be added to that report card that will tell you, okay, this kid is failing everything, but this kid is good at building
stuff. Okay.
Stuff.
So
how do we put that in a report card so that our college can see, he can do well.
Okay. And so these donations go directly only to researchers or different colleges that do research?
So we have awarded fellowship, TFE research fellowship. We have started this year because what we have done is we have kept our organization very shielded. As you said, like we're small on purpose, right?
Okay.
Because we don't want it to be a numbers game. We are like, hami 5,000 bacha padhaira does not matter. If we can, because the sample size of any research will not be in thousands. It will be a conservative number. Yeah. So we're doing research with one of the PhD students in Kathmandu University, and one of the purpose I'm reaching out to you and all the people is we want to scale this project where we want. So if you know any education researchers in Nepal, in America that can help us out, this is why I'm here. Because this is where I need our people to stand with us.
Okay.
If you are a researcher, we will fund your research.
So we can put short for you.
Yes.
So can you take 1 or 2 minutes and Milan came last time. Milan is ongoing. He comes every time. And
Milan Dai and us, we have partnered.
Are you guys partnered because he helps the government policy making, right?
Yes.
So I think it should touch the grassroots level. What you're trying to do from the grassroots levels, right? Yes. So policies will do that.
Yes.
Right?
And that is what, so just this Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah.
We concluded our second phase of meeting.
Okay.
We are with National Policy Forum. We are coming out with a memorandum of education policy and what we need to get our goals. And it was basically getting more researchers, getting more particular research in these fields, and how we can implement this as a larger policy in education, right? Because this, the project we have set out, if you read there, right, it's like a 30, 40, 50 years thing, right? We are not trying to, we are promising an instant.
I mean, that's
it takes a lot of time. It takes
and like I said, it's tech generations.
And the thing is, if we as a generation end up taking 30, 40 years and end up changing this on a fundamental level, I will still use the parallel of Japan. Japan starts in 1870s. By 1904, 25 years, Japan beats Russia in the Russo-Japanese War, Western developed military, by the industrial might of the Japanese. By 1890s, their ships, right, that were built by Japanese engineers, by Japanese craftsmen, they show up at the ports of California on a diplomatic mission, which was meant to show Americans, oh, we have those boats that you threatened us with 50 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that. So, anyways, we are at the end of our podcast, but we have a fun section. We always have fun sections, right?
Mike wants to do the fun section.
Yeah. So we'll do like fun section fast enough for you guys.
This guy's gonna like murder me.
Yeah.
It's about
You know what it is, right?
the
today.
information he has.
Yeah. With the information he has good information that we can, and I think we'll call him back so that we can discuss like each different topics, like geography we can talk about, because even I'm a really enthusiast in history. I've studied from the Assyrians to the the Greeks.
They were brutal to
they were brutal, right?
You know what?
I have interest in those areas, and we can like divide those into different sections. But for now, today was more about Trinket and NGOs, and we talk a lot about.
No, but before we go on, I just want to say something.
Yeah,
really great to have
Thank
guys like you, especially from your generation, because I feel like, again, no matter how small it is the impact of the long run, right? What they're trying to do for the long run, identifying issues from 50, 60 years ago that has not been changed. Or if it's just like helping individuals, like, with Adishi and so that wants to come on. Those little things, I mean, small things make, building blocks, right? Yes. So I really do appreciate you like talking about
thank you, Susandai. Thank you, Mike Dai, for giving this platform, because
I think you got a platform to showcase your knowledge and the changes that you want to be done, and I think you can achieve that.
And I know it, it is boring to get into, what happened like 100 years ago. But the thing is, we suffer the consequences of our previous generations, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't understand that, दाइ कस्तो भनेपछि कसैले नि हुन्छ नि बच्चाहरूलाई पढाउनु छ पैसा दिउँ भन्छ नि हैन. That is a very easy thing to say and do, but that will not end up changing the transformation of the society that we all seek. हुन्छ नि हैन. That will not end
History
up
is so important in understanding what went wrong and what we can fix. And we have the now we have the ability. You said like Japanese started from like 1850, but they had less resources than we have right now. We have the internet, we have AI that can like propel us like really fast.
But they were richer state than Nepal ever was.
Richer, in terms of Nepal, the only problem is the Nepal doesn't have it's a landlocked country, right? So it has really limitations when pressure
when
from China.
When the Western expansion happened, right? We were conquering doing the Western expansion. We should have expanded towards the
towards
to the sea. I'm not even.
That's actually
I'm not
so correct.
Imperialist guys, but that's how it is.
We should go back in time and tell Prithviraj Shah, bro, don't go to the left. You gotta go towards the sea, bro.
We needed a port. From where we could transport our resources.
Oh, then we would have to fight the British. So.
These guys are like going back in time.
Okay,
if you put us two, we'll
play the game, man. Play the game.
Okay, today's game, you know what it is, right? IQ battle. Astrophysics. Politics.
Astrophysics is the love of my life.
And philosophy.
Okay.
Even me. These three areas. Sushant is more good in politics and philosophy.
All right.
But astrophysics, he's weak.
You spelled philosophy wrong, by the way. Philosophy.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. I was typing really fast. So the rules of the game. Listen to the question. Really simple. Right answer in the board. Do not show your answers, and +1 for every right answer.
Yes,
astrophysics?
Just two questions.
Dude?
Just two questions from astrophysics.
Okay, just 2 questions. That's 2 points he's going to get in 2 seconds.
Okay. Which particle is responsible for carrying the electromagnetic force? Neutrino, gluons, electrons, and photons. This is the most simplest from astrophysics that I could find. Don't show your answers though. Electromagnetic spectrum, it goes from radio waves to gamma rays.
Gamma rays.
Gamma rays, right?
Yeah, that was the max.
all right.
That was the max equation I was talking about from my high school.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was the one who...
Why were you even writing it down? We could just say it. We're recorded anyways.
Okay, show your answers.
It's an electron.
I spelled, No?
As astrophysicist, you made it.
Photons.
Photons are emitted when...
I get it.
You made a mistake, man.
Hey!
It's photon.
You know why he did that, right? He just wants you to have 2 extra points for me, so he says I can lose.
It's photons. Okay?
Photons?
Okay, yeah,
I was
yeah,
about to try that. But
Photons are emitted from light.
Yes.
Photons are the particles.
maybe your question was wrong. Maybe
No,
the
no,
way
it's
you
not.
wrote
No. He's correct. Photon is the correct.
Photon is the right answer. It's not electrons. Electrons are just part of the subatomic particles.
Nucleus.
Photons are it's not part of nucleus, but it's what released.
No, it's the one that.
Oh yeah. The outside thing. Yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been a while. Come on, man.
Okay, the next question from AstroPhysics is: what is black holes event horizon? The region of maximum density, like where everything collapses, the boundary beyond which light cannot escape, the surface where time stops, or the center of the black hole.
Do we take turns?
Does our sound engineer want to get on this?
All right.
So show your answers.
So yeah, is the boundary beyond which?
Yeah, light. I said the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the right answer.
All right.
Actually.
Yeah.
That's
It's
because
where event horizon is like even Stephen Hawking. I
Yes.
think he promoted it. It's the event where light
Thank
cannot
you,
pass.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, and his podcast.
Nice.
We'll pass again.
Yes.
So next question: which political system divides power between nation and state governments?
Wow.
Monarchy, democratic, federal system, and oligarchy.
So does this?
Can you
mean-
erase it?
Oh,
Are you ready? Are you guys ready?
Federal system.
yeah, it's the federal system. Yeah,
It's a
I've
federal state.
written it like on the top. But it's the federal
You
system.
guys are right.
Yes.
It's a federal state.
Federal.
What is the main function of the judiciary? To enforce laws, to interpret laws, to make laws, to replicate laws.
It's tricky.
It's tricky though. This one is a little bit tricky.
Yes.
It's something to do with laws, but what is
Because,
it?
the role of the Supreme Court, especially
Yeah,
in the US, it has changed radically from what it was.
Yeah, it has changed radically though. It enforces now more.
Wait, no, you're right. Hold on. That is actually a good. Wait, so hold on a second. I think, but depends on what. It's actually very tough because
The main function though.
the main function is to. There's 2 main functions in this.
Okay.
To be
Yeah,
very honest.
you
It
write
depends-
one and we'll see if you're correct.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
You're talking about the entire judiciary system.
Yes.
Yeah.
The entire judiciary
Yeah.
system.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna go with this.
Hope I'm correct. I don't know.
I'm gonna say to enforce laws.
To interpret laws.
To interpret laws.
To interpret laws?
Yeah.
See, but
It's
that's
more-
but that's
That's
more,
the
Laws
prescribed-
made by
that's the
the
Supreme Court though.
the laws made by the there are 3, right? What's the name?
Parliament?
Judicial, Parliament,
And
and
executive.
executive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Parliament makes the laws.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just to interpret the laws. The judicial power is
Yes.
mostly
And the
made to do that.
executive enforces.
Executive
I was
enforces.
thinking more
yeah.
about
Yeah.
the
People get
judges.
confused. I made it
Judges,
confusing.
yeah.
I made it a little bit confusing,
God
Yes.
damn it.
but it's to interpret laws. So next question. This is more of social media and politics, both included. What terms describe the use of social media platforms to influence political opinions or elections?
Oh, that's tough actually. Political
The people with a wide area of knowledge. Shushan has also gained a wide area of knowledge interviewing different people. I think he knows. Digital activism, political advertising, online polling, or cyberpropaganda. Propaganda. Show your answers.
Okay, I would just go with.
You can write.
Oh, yeah.
I do cyber propaganda.
Digital
The right answer is cyber propaganda.
Wow.
Shushan is back level.
Yeah.
It's 2 on 2.
This guy trying to like get me with the first 2 questions of astrophysics.
I'm really
Nah.
surprised he got that law. 4 photons. That's the simplest thing. Anyways, the next one. What term is used to coordinate online efforts to manipulate or distort political discussions? Cyber democracy, net neutrality, meme politics, or troll farming?
What term is used to coordinate online efforts to manipulate or distort political discussions? Oh, yeah.
Some people use this, and it disrupts that political discussion. They put these things like post like different questions or distract people. So what is it? Show your answers.
Troll farming?
I'm gonna go to meme politics.
It's troll farming. So
really?
many trolls come and disrupt the
Oh, you're
discussions.
talking about. Oh, yeah. I thought I was thinking about the thing about the content. I wasn't thinking about the comment section.
I beat you.
I know.
+1, 0. So he's leading.
I
them.
got confused by the whole
This is a little bit confusing though, but I know you get the idea though. So trolls are sent.
Yeah, trolls
Oh,
are
yeah,
sent.
yeah.
And trolls are farmed.
Like, have you watched the new Superman? How he has the troll monkeys.
Exactly like
The bot
exactly
monkeys.
like that. The bot monkeys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So this is more philosophical. This is any person going into philosophy has to read it, right? Who wrote the Republic? Sorry, a work discussing justice and ideal government. Plato, Aristotle, Machiavelli, Hobbes. Take a guess.
He won. There's no way I'm going to know that. I know Plato and Aristotle, but I don't know the other
Machiavelli. Machiavelli is the guy from Italy. It's like 1400s, 1500s.
I'm just a guess.
You know Thomas Hobbes?
Yes, Thomas Hobbes, the Leviathan.
The Leviathan.
Yes, that guy.
I'm just gonna guess over here.
Okay, guys, Mahendra was a Hobbesian.
I'm just gonna, you know.
Yeah,
I'm just
he
gonna-
was. I didn't know that though.
Oh, because he was like, okay, state power. I will take
state
over.
power, okay, yeah.
I'm just gonna like guess. I'm going Hobbes, just because.
The Republic. He just said Leviathan is Hobbes.
Oh, really? I don't know this stuff. I'm not.
You wrote the right answer though. I was
I
seeing
did,
over
yeah,
here.
yeah.
You wrote
Yeah,
the right
Plato.
answer.
Plato
It's
is
Plato.
Plato.
It's a description of how Socrates' journey was, like what it is.
And
Socrates,
also-
Plato, Aristotle, three
Alright.
pupils of each other.
Yeah,
Can
and,
we go with
the
my first
Republic-
answer?
The Republic is like.
You know what? I saw you writing Plato. I'll give you that answer. though.
Thank you.
Alright,
You
yeah.
guys,
You
you
wrote Plato, though.
guys talked a lot, and you just like confused me. That's what happened.
Yeah, in the Republic, like Plato is like, oh, this is the best system you
Yeah.
can be. And it's a dystopian system.
Yes, so this is dystopian society, yeah. So, what is utilitarianism? The rejection of material possession, the belief in strict moral laws from religion, the belief that truth is relative, the belief that action are right if they maximize happiness for the most people. Remember, go with the word utilitarianism. Beneficial
Utilitarianism.
for who?
So there is this trolley problem where like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
would a utilitarian?
You have seen the trolley problem, right? Yeah.
What would a utilitarian do?
Kill 1 or 5.
1 or 5, and a utilitarian will make the rail system better.
We already gave you hints though.
Oh, the last one.
The last one.
Yeah.
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 So show your
Most
answers.
people.
It's the right answer.
Most people.
It's beneficial for the most people. Utility
maximize.
to maximize happiness first. So if you have option to benefit 5 people than 1 people, you'll go
You'll
with.
go
If you follow that theory, you'll go with 5 people.
God, this
with
guy's
that.
gonna like.
Okay, idealized versions of that.
When people present idealized version of themselves online, which philosophical concept does this relate to? Nietzsche's Übermensch, Descartes' dualism, Plato's allegory of the cave, or Aristotle's
I have
golden
no idea what this is.
mean?
Can we just? You know what?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I'm even trying to
I
te-
don't
I'm
know
even
this.
trying to
Okay, I
test
don't
him
know
now.
this answer.
All right, let's just pick one. Instead of writing it, let's just pick
Let's
one.
pick one then.
I'm gonna go with the last one. Aristotle's golden.
So the question is, when people
Oh.
present ideal version of themselves,
Yes.
right, online, which philosophical concept does this relate to?
Ubermensch.
Actually, that
not-
is what would you go?
I win with the last one.
Aristotle golden mean. Golden mean is a little different.
Dude, I've never heard of this, dude. Like,
So what it is for the person in philosophy, it's Plato's allegory of the cave. You see a different version of yourself. Remember in Plato, allegory of the cave,
I mean,
a
you
person
could-
goes outside of caves and sees a
Yes,
different version.
I'm familiar with the allegory of
Yeah.
the game, but you could make a case for Ubermensch.
You can make a case.
Yeah, because the
superior-
maximization
the
of
superior.
yeah.
But that's
Ubermensch is literally Superman, right?
Superman.
We're all trying to project like we are these tough.
But over here, it's not written like the best version of yourself.
you know,
or
these
superior-
guys should have their
But
own
you
like
can make a
philosophical
philosophical
episode.
argument of
But what it is it's an allegory of
allegory of the cave. Okay, yeah, I concede that point.
Yeah. The last question:
agree to disagree.
which philosophical school emphasizes detachment from external validation, opposite to like culture right now?
Like culture.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
Okay,
go-
detachment from reality.
There is this
Rat-
guy. I know you're familiar with him. His name is Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah.
His book's name is Meditation.
Meditation.
He used to be an emperor of the
So-
Romans, right?
So I think you know the answer. The answer is
Stoicism.
Yeah, it's
Stoicism is the
yeah,
answer.
totally what I was thinking about. totally what I was
what is
thinking about.
hedonism? If you know answer.
Hedonism is indulging in all the pleasures of life.
Yeah.
The-
So what 21st century people do.
Yeah, hedonism, yeah.
Just pleasure in life.
Pleasure in life.
Stoicism
And
is exactly the opposite.
There is this
Not
really,
indulging in pleasure.
There is this really great book, guys.
I'm surrounded by a bunch of nerds.
Okay, guys, there is this really good book about hedonism in the modern era. It's called Brave New World by
Oh yeah, I've
Aldous
heard
Huxley.
about that book. I haven't read it.
The contemporary, Susan, contemporary US society, if you want to understand it, Aldous Huxley, Brave New World, you would be like, man, this guy is just...
This guy's just like hitting on the nail.
So totalitarianism by consent of people, right? By giving them what they want.
Damn.
Total control, huh?
Total
control, but
or
you are
making them believe that's what
that
they
By
they have
giving them the pleasure,
yeah.
pleasure that they want.
Yeah.
I
I
think.
mean, that's what we see nowadays, right? That's how.
So if you are interested in that, like just read start reading the book. You will love it.
I'm more of a listener than a reader. That's the problem.
And
with
an
me.
audiobook.
Yeah.
So, anyways, closing, guys.
All right.
So
I won the round, guys.
Of course.
yeah. But before we end, what do you call it? It's fine. It's fine. You can give this. Anything you like to say to the people before I close it off? So you look into the camera and just.
So the thing is, I know I'm here. I'm talking about my non-profit, but don't think of it as yo manche aako cha, he's trying to promote his non-profit. I know. Think of it as an instinct that all of us have. Where like we want to see a better Nepal. You might be born here, or maybe came here when you were little, but you still have in your heart that love for Nepal. Okay? You want to see, like, why won't you want to see Nepal as this beautiful, developed country which has all the roads, everything, and whenever you go back home, you're like, हामी पनि के कम छौं र हैन?
Yeah.
And we all want that for ourselves, हैन? So let's just come together कि सानो रूपमा हैन, what can we do? तपाईको field के छ हुन्छ नि? You can be of any field. तपाईले केही न केहीमा specialize गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ. We are all like in the diaspora, we are doing something, right? Let's try to see what we can do, or maybe support people who are trying to do something, right?
Yeah.
It's not really about money, guys. हुन्छ नि? We have been working for almost half a decade now. It's not because we had a lot of funding. मैले start गर्दा मैले ग्यास स्टेसनमा काम गरेको पैसाले स्टार्ट गरे हो. सो कति पैसा हुन्छ होला? मेरो साथीहरूले ग्यास स्टेसनको पैसा हुन्छ नि, we pulled in and we made it happen. So it's not about money, it's about gathering those individuals, हुन्छ नि, like एउटा प्रोफेसर हियर, एउटा हुन्छ नि corporate person there, and trying to see के गर्न सकिन्छ क्या.
Yeah.
Because if we don't do this, हैन, a 20-something year old in 2050 will say कि त्यो 2020s तिरको जेनेरेसन फम्बल्ड इट क्या. जसरी म भन्दा छु नि, आई एम पोइन्टिङ एट द ग्रेट्स अफ हिस्ट्री, हुन्छ नि, यो मान्छेले बिगार्यो, त्यो मान्छेले बिगार्यो, त्यो मान्छेले बिगार्यो, होइन? या, एन्ड वी विल बी द्याट जेनेरेसन कि हुन्छ नि 2050मा एउटा हुन्छ नि पर्सन विज सिमिलर अफ माई एज, त्यो दाइहरूले बिगारेर हामी यस्तो. सो या, लेट्स नट डु द्याट. लेट्स ट्राई टु let's not be pessimistic about our nation. Nepal बिग्रियो, नेपाल खत्तम भयो, नेपाल यस्तो भयो. You are part of that discussion. You can make it happen. I always believe in optimism. I always believe there is hope. We are not doomed as a society. We are not a unique society that cannot develop or that cannot have great things. We have had great things in the past. Just go and look at Bhaktapur, look at the Darbar squares we have built. In the medieval era, Kathmandu was one of the biggest cities in the world.
Yeah.
With everything, state-of-the-art sewage system and everything that you can ask for a medieval society, right? So, यस्तो होइन कि हामी युनिकली हामी इन्फिरियर हो, इङ्ग्लिस बोल्ने मात्रै खतरा हो, हाम्रो हुन्छ नि खत्तमै भयो, त्यस्तो केही नै हैन. Let's try to do something positive,
Yeah, that's really well said. I think ultimately giving voices to individuals like Ashutosh or anybody else that wants to come on and talk about their ideology, what they have learned. A lot of people don't get time to talk about these things. I think this is the first time I've actually had a conversation about what the history of Nepal is, or eye-opening like stories or whatever has been taught in history. We don't normally talk about it a lot, right? We want to make sure that history doesn't keep repeating itself. I think one of the biggest points that Ashutosh made was like, in 2050, will there be a young 20-year-old that will look back in 2025 and say like, man, they had an opportunity to change something on whatever happened September 8th, but they didn't take the bull by the horns, right? Because opportunities like that or moments like that in history don't come as often. So I think it's a great message to showcase, to learn what has happened in history, to ensure that the same mistakes are not made when the country's trying to move forward. I definitely understand, like my Suraj Dai, like, my older brother says, oh, Colorado, Nepal should have been like Colorado, the state of
Yes.
Colorado, right?
Yes.
If I got $1 for every time I heard someone say that, I'd probably have probably 20, 30, 40, $50,000, because that is what a lot of like Nepalese people who live there also say that or feel that, And when you go back to Nepal, it has every opportunity to be that as well. We may not be able to see it, but that doesn't mean we don't work towards making sure the next generation won't be able to see it, right?
Yes.
So I really appreciate you coming here today. I think you had great talks. I think Mike really enjoyed your like conversations with philosophy and history and all that stuff. And I was just here for the ride, and and that was fun. But I would like to say again, 90% of you are not subscribed to the channel.
Yes.
We want you to subscribe, help support, and let's grow this channel so I can have more people Ashutosh over here, and he can come back and educate us more and have more interesting discussions, and we get into like politics, religion, whatever it is, and have a fun conversation, educate our audience and educate people. And if you guys are interested, obviously reach out to us through our Instagram or to me. We will have Ashutosh's like handle and the organization like Instagram handle in the descriptions if you want to check it out. Like he said, if you just have the passion to want to do something, if it's $1, $2, or just to be able to volunteer for it, go for it. I think it's a great project, in my opinion. I had so much fun listening about it. So with that being said, remember guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow our socials, but most importantly, subscribe and help build this channel. Thank you.